Peggy 12.
You won't be disappointed. If these two don't give me what I want, I may have to come in there and bust them up myself. Amazing awareness there. She makes Dangerous look so good. Gotta remember, a cornered animal is the most dangerous. Oh wow, someone just got turned into a hashtag.
You call, I answer.
This is where things are gonna get very interesting. Making him sweat with these shurikens. We live for these kind of fights. They got the advantage. Gotta start cooking here. That's what happens when you have an irresistible force meeting an immovable object. Time for some good old violence. This is how you stay limber. You gotta crack every last limb. What in the world did we witness? That was unbelievable!
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on Capcom Fighters, the Tuesday show where we put ourselves on the network and make it exclusive to you guys, where we bring two players from different parts of the globe in a ring to put them in a first to 10 exhibition, as well as get to know a little bit more about them with a pre-match interview and a post-match interview. Banter included. I know you guys like your jokes at home. But yes, I'm going to be your host once again tonight, Jammerz, and alongside me, it's happening this week. This week it's happening. We need to make sure you're tuning in. But I'm not going to be talking about this by myself. I need my co-host to join me because I need those extra opinions. I need those different perspectives from co-host A and co-host B. I've turned them into NPC characters. Anyway, it's Olvaha and Veggey joining me tonight once again. Veggey, talk to me. How you feeling tonight?
Nice to meet ya. I mean, I feel like if I'm gonna have an NPC theme going, I should have like a list coming up on dialogue options for Olvaha and you to choose from.
Yeah, that's true.
When
That's
we're
true.
talking.
We need the dialogue wheel.
Yeah, that would be really funny, at least for like one time. Anyway, I'm here. I'm ready. I think this is the last episode we run before Capcom Cup.
I believe it is. Yes, I believe it is.
So it's
time flies.
Yeah, so it's like a pre-World Cup thing. Discussion talk show almost with
a pre-show. That's all it's called.
Yeah, pre-show.
That's all it's called.
A proper pre-show, man. This is gonna be good. So I'm very excited. I don't know about you, Olvaha.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Olvaha.
If I had to start a conversation and I was an NPC, I would say, "An honor, to be sure."
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. I had to get that in there.
Are you actually serious?
I am. But anyway, I'm doing good, man. Capcom Cup just around the corner. That's actually just crazy. Time flies, like I just said. And I'm just looking forward to, first of all, tonight, but also the upcoming week for some Capcom Cup action.
Of course, indeed. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run through this properly, of course. First, I've got to give you guys the run of show for tonight. If you are a new viewer, I know we've got a lot of regulars in here, but I need to make sure we do the proper protocol here. So yeah, our run of show is as proceeds. We're going to be talking about Street Fighter news, everything related, but we're going to have this one mainly orientated around the upcoming Cup this weekend, as long as alongside the LCQ as well. We're going to be talking about that for about 12 to 15 minutes. And then, of course, once that time is complete, we are going to get our players, our guests tonight from the green room, because they are waiting, and we're going to be discussing Street Fighter 5 things with them as well. That's going to be in about 20 minutes from now. We're going to talk to them for about 15-20 minutes as well. And then once that's done, once we've shaken hands, kisses and hugs, all that stuff, we're going to be in the VIP area where we watch these two slug it out in the First to 10 exhibition. So if you don't want to stick around now, come back in about 40 minutes. That is when the First to 10 will begin. Speaking of which, the First to 10 for tonight, roll the fight card, producer, please, because I find this funny. I watch people tweet about these things, and I'm like, you really don't watch Street Fighter 5. People go, oh yeah, we got another unique matchup. To the show we do. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a matchup that was played by the Kings of Europe for about 3 or 4 years, Problem X and Luffy. Yes, we are going to go over and see the American perspective on things. We're going to have CowandLady, what an interesting name, going up against Mr. Madgear. Mika going up against Abigail. Like I said, we had Problem X and Luffy play this matchup for years on end. I used to practice Problem X in this matchup a little bit as well when we used to go to WSO.
Oh yeah, you're a Mika expert.
Yeah, we used to do this at the Capcom UK office as well. So sometimes I saw people say, yeah, man, it's a matchup we've never seen before. I'm like, you definitely don't watch this game at large. It's happened a fair bit. But yes, Veggey, your perspective on Mika versus Abigail, two characters that we just don't really see anymore. Mika we see more of than Abigail, but yes, I don't know, 7-colored bomber, then we got some massive gargantuan coming at her. What do you think?
The thing with Abigail, though, is that he has big life. And when I say big life, he actually has the biggest of lives, the most life. And it's very noticeable when you're trying to finish off Abigail. Yeah, he's like huge. His life bar, he just never... I feel like I'm hitting him 9, 10 combos, and he's still alive. And the same with the stun bar, which is really big. But I think maybe Honda has a similar stun bar or something like that.
Zangief's got the highest stun.
Yeah.
Zangief, yeah. Zangief. You're underrating your boy, Veggey.
Yeah, gotta have something, right? So I think like Abigail is one of the characters that can at least just sit there and think like, yeah, I'm okay with taking command throws more so than a lot of other characters. And he does have armored run things, maybe can react to the drop kick, stuff like that. I mean, he has things and he has damage, but I think getting mauled, even though he's like a big dude, he really gets by these like Ken, these kind of close-up Nakali Ken characters. Usually it's just like they struggles with both stopping them on the ground and also anti-airing them. And I don't really know how that works for Mika, but I remember Problem X picking Abigail and beating Luffy quite a few times. It probably went the other way too, but the matches I'm thinking of right now are the ones where that was like the counter pick to Mika for him. But it's changed since then. Yeah. Mika can't anti-air the jump out anymore. Not with a crouching medium punch, at least. She has to do something else.
Wingless airplane?
Or because he's a slow-moving character, she can do, she can do crouching medium kick. So slow-ass jump.
Maybe even forward fierce?
Really depends.
What do you think?
She can anti-air him with sweep as well. Well, we'll ask. I'm
thinking out of the corner when Abigail jumps out of the corner like birdie players do. She can't really.
That. Oh,
yeah,
no, you can.
That's good for Abigail.
Wingless airplane might be able to auto-correct.
Yeah.
Or you might just be able to jump back target combo. She's got a target combo now.
That's true. So you don't see that very often.
No, she's got some things.
We'll see.
So
she's definitely got the juice.
It'll be very interesting to see. But yes, we got those guys in the green room waiting, but we'll talk to them very shortly. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have seen it, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
Wait a second. You didn't ask for my opinion.
What? You were talking anyway. Do you want me to ask your opinion?
Yes, please.
Okay. How about you repeat your opinion? Go on then.
Well, thanks for asking, Jammerz. I want to say that even though we've seen Problem X, and why are you doing that? I'm trying to talk here.
I'm not doing anything.
You're doing that thing with your hands.
I'm just
Anyways. Yeah, sure. Anyways, like Problem X and Luffy played the set and the matchup, but it's a very different season. I just want to say that they're kind of different characters at this point in the game's lifespan, and they do kind of take advantage of different stuff than they used to. Obviously, Abigail was way stronger back in the day, and
So was Mika.
how do you? Yeah, that's true. And
Yeah,
like
but-
I was gonna say that they're both of the characters, they've received some minor buffs. Especially, I think Mika has received a little bit more quality of life buffs compared to Abigail, anyway, after the nerfs, obviously. But it's gonna be interesting to see how these two character specialists are gonna play this matchup now that the characters have been significantly toned down from their strongest point in the game. That was my point.
Okay, fair. No, I think it's gonna. Well, the changes over time have impacted Abigail more than they have Mika, because obviously Mika's staple, but her gameplay revolves around the 50-50s, the command grab, the dropkick. They haven't really substantially changed because they were kind of more tailoring things around her V skill or the damage of her command grabs. Abigail, they just kept taking away or chopping away at his legs. That's what they were basically doing to Abigail.
Some people say chopping away his legs. Other people say just fixing things that weren't finished, like hurt boxes on buttons, stuff like that.
Now they're extra large,
no.
like the character.
What you wanted was Abigail to receive the birdie treatment. That's what you wanted for about 4 years.
And he didn't, but he didn't though, because it's still quite hard for quite a few characters to whiff punish him. So
I mean,
Not
Birdie is
mentioning-
not the
not mentioning any
easiest
names at all,
character
but-
either.
it's like he's like the step after Zangief now. It's like first you whiff punish Zangief Stanfierce, and then you whiff punish Birdie Stanfierce, and then you're ready to play.
Well, I mean, look, that's the life you've chosen using a big body. All right, I don't make the rules.
But I gotta say, as a defense to Birdie, he kind of reels back in an awkward way. So
The hurt box don't reel back.
Anyway,
yeah, maybe not.
we can talk about big bodies another time. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen it. You have seen it as well. The groups have been determined for the Capcom Cup. Shouts to Rob TV and Alex Vi for going to the draw. That must have been the most nerve-wracking thing ever, just finding out how the groups would be determined. But yes, we'll put it on the screen if you haven't seen it. It's been on Capcom Fighters. It should be on other channels as well. And I think the players around the world, the community around the world, have been doing their predictions, doing all sorts just to predict these groups and see how things will pan out. But yes, these are how the groups are looking like. If you want a larger image, you can go on Capcom Fighters and check out the images separately over there. But 8 groups have been determined. Group A through to Group H, with all the players that have qualified from the CPT Online premieres, as well as the World Warrior events within their respective regional finals as well. There is a little bit of blurred lines between the LCQ. Is it going to be one winner, or is it going to be the top 2 qualifying for the last 2 groups? But obviously the winner of the LCQ will be progressing through to the finals as well. So you have got Group A, Idom, Takamura, Veggey, Oil King, Ronaldinho, and Solvi G in that group. Group B, Just a Kid, The Four Fills, Phenom, Kawano, Young Ho, and Dusek. Group C, Punk, Valmaster, Jarby M, VX Bao, Frozen, and Brandon. Group D, Joe Imarogan, Ending Walker, Ren, M Lizard, Juninho Ras, and Bravery. Group E, Magnegro, Vega Patch, Kalmal 09, NL, W Falcon, and ROF. Group F, Chris CCH, Mr. Crimson, Angry Bird, DCQ, Uriel Valorio, and Travis Styles. And Group G, Cereblast, Geeko, Big Bird, Momochi, and Mono. And finally, Group H, Samurai, Jimmy, Mirkin, Pugera, and Mena RD. So, since we've got somebody in one of these groups here, we'll just ask him live and direct. So, Veggey, Group A, what are your thoughts on Group A?
Like I wanted if I could choose my group, I would just pick Luke players, like Luke the character, except for the already tried and tested Luke players like Venom and Punk and stuff like that. But I would definitely want a couple of Luke players in my pool. And after that, maybe a Ken or a Guile. There's no Guile, but I said what I said about Guile, remember? I'm not
What
losing
about
to
Ryu?
Guile. Ryu would be fine, even though he's a little bit annoying, it would be fine. But when I look at the characters that I got, it's kind of like some of them are evenish, some of them are really hard. And the players, then I was seeing it's Idom, who is obviously the last Capcom Cup champs, one of the best players in the cup. So that's rough. And then you have Oil King, Takamura, Solving, and Ronaldinho. I don't know much about the Latin American players other than what I've seen lately, and they look really strong. And I did watch them when they qualified and stuff like that, so they're looking really strong, but I have no idea what to expect. With Oil King, we did play in Street Fighter League US and he beat me in last game. But he did play Seth and not Rashid, so I don't really know what to expect there either. Okay. And then Takamura, so it's going to be... It's a matchup where I really feel comfortable, most likely, so I like that. And the last 2 times we've met the tournament, he won the first time and I won the second, so it's like... I feel like it's really, for me, I just want to... I'm excited that I didn't get like a group that people consider to be easy, because it makes it so much more enjoyable to prepare for it, instead of having that like, oh yeah, people are expecting this or that. You're just going in expecting only just to play your best, and I think that's when you can actually play your best. So I'm really excited for my group. I wouldn't have it any other way, even though I have really no idea what to expect other than just go there and play.
Okay, no, I like
good.
that, and it sounds like the preparations are coming along nicely. Now, Olvaha, what groups stand out to you the most? It has to be more than one.
I mean, well, obviously people have been mentioning groups B and F for being notoriously like volatile, and I gotta say those are probably the ones that most people are interested in seeing. I do think that for Group F personally, I gotta shout out Travis Styles. He has the character.
Can we put the image of the group back on the screen, please, Richard?
Yeah.
So as Olvaha's talking, please.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, like I think Group F, Travis Styles might be one to surprise a lot of people, because he has a character that really does well against all of the other characters.
Yes,
that are played in the group.
That is true. There is Luke.
And
There is Dalsim, there is technically 2 Kens, Angry Bird and Valorio, and there is a Urian. So yeah, you're not wrong.
But outside of that, I'm not really sure. I think all of them, like, I really want to shout out the organizers and like the Capcom Cup for making this as, you know, varied, the pools as varied as they are, because it's going to be so interesting to see like the regions clash and like, you know, clash of styles as well. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'd like to. You know what? That's interesting. Sorry, Veggey, you want to say something?
I'd like to add something with Group F. Group F. I think when you're not considered a favorite in Group F, that's such a boost for you, because you know that this group is going to be so hard. So you might just turn up on the day and then start. If you, let's say you get the first W and then you start just like feeling like it's coming together, while the opponents might have like the opposite effect. And then even though you were not really likely to qualify out of the pool, maybe you'll just be the winner of the pool, since you're just coming in with less, like coming in with expectations in a group as hard as F is going to require a lot of mental preparation to not get out of the zone, especially if it starts off a little bit bad, I think. But if you're just coming in there as an underdog, you're really there just to swing, and I think that's can be an advantage. After like the group's been drawn, it is what it is. It's a mad hard group, so maybe just coming in swinging as the underdog might help. I don't know. It looks very rough to be in that group, and I think that is by far the #1 hardest group in the entire cup.
All right, Richard, put the screen back on us, so we'll talk about this. Because I remember the groups off the top of my head now. So right, so I'll tell you a different take. So obviously, yes, Group B and Group F, the general consensus is going to be the hardest group. Group C is going to be an interesting one as well. Now, some people, or a lot of people, have the favorites of Punk and Valmaster walking out of that group. Don't sleep on the rest of them, because you've got JBM in there, South Africa's best. You've got Frozen in that group. Very strong Nash. Got the Kage, but I think only the Nash is coming out. You got Brandon. He's in Japan right now, and he's been practicing, and he is using Luke.
That's true.
And of course, VX with the Cody. I don't think people have as much data on him as they would like to have on him. So that's going to be a very interesting group as well. There's also Group E. Now, I personally think NL's going to walk out of that group. It's the second spot. I don't know who that's going to go towards, because you got Mags in there, you got Vega Patch, you got Calmao, you got W Falcon and ROF. You've got 2 Birdie players in there, and Vega Patch has got a good track record against Birdie. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. W Falcon, I don't think we have enough data on his Seth. There's also that consideration. And ROF has been practicing a lot with Travis Styles, and I know Shenkan has been helping him, so shout out to Shenkan as well. There's a lot of factors people aren't considering with these groups. NL, I've got the utmost faith. He's just literally just skipping. I
feel like for that group, I feel like for Group E, Kalmal is one of the, like, definitely the underdog. And
100%.
Yeah, so he's got his work cut out for him, but I'm also interested in seeing, like, can he, you know, exceed expectations? And he plays Ed right now. who's a really strong character. So, and I think Ed, like in general, is a really great tournament character because you have a lot less to think about execution-wise, for example. Yeah, I know it sounded funny, but I definitely only meant execution.
Of course. I mean, listen, flick is a very powerful move, and it's a simple button combination.
It's a very powerful, and to, you know,
listen,
one button DP, baby.
Wherever your bank details are, just type in and flick it will come out. Simple as that. But yeah, also, but yes, these have been determined. You can check them out on the CPT website. Also, because the Capcom Fighters did put out a tweet with the scheduling. So if we get that image up right now, just to give you guys a little breakdown of how the schedule is going to work. So yes, this is it. From February 12th, you'll have the day 1 of the LCQ with streaming selected matches. Not every match will be streamed. It'll only be selected ones on streams. And of course, day 2 will be the top 16 all the way down to the winner. Then from Valentine's Day throughout to February 16th, it will be the group stages. I'm going to imagine they're going to do 2 groups a day, or maybe 3, something like that. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna do as many groups as in the day as they possibly can, and spread these things out as evenly as possible. It's gonna be a lot of work for the team and everybody involved. And of course, from February 17th and the 18th, we're gonna take an intermission from the CPT finals because they're gonna be doing everything up to the top 16, and then we're gonna be pivoting over to the Street Fighter League World Championships, where you will have all the winning teams from their respective regions going head-to-head to find out who will be the king of Street Fighter League worldwide. That'll be happening for 2 days. There you go. There it is. You can still buy your tickets now if you want to. If you find yourselves in Hollywood for whatever reason, or you find yourself in someone's suitcase going to Hollywood, make sure you buy one of these tickets as well. Head on over to that link there, capcom.us/cup tickets, to get yourselves in the Street Fighter League World Championships. There's going to be a ton of people there watching and enjoying the show. Hopefully you can join it on as well. But if you can't make it in person, it will be broadcasted on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. And of course, if we go back to the schedule, I believe the final 2 days, or it might be the final day, I believe it. Yes, the final day, it will be top 16 to the grand finals. That is when we'll be determining who will be the last Capcom Cup champion in the Street Fighter V era. That is going to be juicy. I'm jealous of Veggey because he's part of it. He's going to be there in person to watch it all. It's going to be insane. All right, you know what we'll do? We'll just open up Discord and we'll just have a watch party.
Okay, we'll do that. I'll make the popcorn for us, bro.
We'll do that. Hopefully you can transfer it via Discord or something. But yeah, it's going to be great.
I will.
Hopefully you guys could join us, or at least watch the broadcast in general, because it's going to be the last one for Street Fighter V. Let's close out this life of Street Fighter Life for Street Fighter V. Let's close out on a positive note. Let's do that with the Cup, and it's going to be interesting, so hopefully you'll join us. Obviously, everyone's interested in the LCQ, because that's going to be the biggest bloodbath known to man. And hey, just make sure you just go on over to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. He's not in it, so he's going to be laughing. This one here is going to be laughing.
I'm sorry.
I want to give a special shout out to Zekaya SD on Twitter for actually compiling the entrance to the LCQ and what rank they represent online-wise. It was a really interesting read. So if you're interested, go to Twitter and just look up. Let me just.
Sorry, excuse me. All right, he's going to do that anyway. We might be able to find it, or Zakaya SD might actually be in the chat to do it yourselves, but it has been spreading like wildfire. To give you a little bit more context.
It's at Zakaya SD.
There you go. We give you a little bit more context as to how the LCQ is going to pan out, and as to why myself and Olvaha are not entering. We're not going to do it. We're just not. We're not going to be stressed out.
I wish I would. So I would say, Daigo, it was an honor losing to you.
Don't bother. Don't bother. Anyway, right. We have just about cut into time for our guests. We can talk about this all day. We might actually talk about it with our guests as well. But let me find out, because we do have our guests in the green room. So I'm hoping they can unmute their mic. So if we can get CowandLady and Mr. Madgear to unmute their mic so that we can have a lovely chat, find out more about themselves and their character choices, because it seems like they love grabbing people and upsetting them at the same time.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love that hugs?
Let me find out. CowandLady, Mr. Madgear, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
All right, cool. Gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and join us on the show.
Of course. Thank you.
We are looking forward to somebody getting upset. Someone's gonna grab 10 times. Here's how this matchup goes, right? Before we get into like the semantics and everything. this matchup usually went in Europe. It's Luffy would grab Problem about 10 times, and then Problem would just equate that with one EX command throw into the combo.
Great.
150-50 and you die, but that's not going to be the case anymore. It probably will be. I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe I'm jumping the gun.
Maybe it's
It's still possible.
From 2 guesses to 3 guesses now.
Yeah, I have to guess right 7. He has to guess right 3. That's the difference.
Listen, man, when you go to the casino, the number of guessing is never fixed. It's always varied. So always remember that when you go to Vegas. I learned that the hard way. Anyway, right. My first question is, because I like to ask this to all my guests, I like to ask the origins of their name. And CowandLady, your name has been on my mind for about 7 days now.
Okay.
I want to know.
Well,
now, here's my before you answer that.
Yep.
I don't know if you used to watch cartoons when you were younger. You might have not. I actually thought your name had some sort of connection to the old show Cow and Chicken.
Cow and Chicken.
That show was golden.
Yeah, right. That was my connection. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, it's so like my screen name originally was like Cowman, and my wife used to. Well, she still does every once in a while pop on the stream and play games and stuff. And she's Lady, so it's CowandLady, Cowman and Lady.
Oh,
Right. So you just merged the
great.
two. Right. So is that the relationship brand? Is that wherever you guys
Yeah,
go
sure.
to
We'll
get
go,
events,
yeah.
it's
That's the
CowandLady?
relationship. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a marriage counselor or relationship counselor. I'm just saying, it's like, is this the brand where you guys go to events and just work together? It's like CowandLady.
No. She I feel like would be bored. She's always said she wanted to go, but I'm like, I'm gonna be playing games for like 10 hours, 15 hours a day. Like, you're not really gonna have fun. You could come if you want, but I don't think you'll have fun.
I know.
Respect the honesty.
Okay, real talk. Like when you're with your partner, this is for anyone at home as well, and they're trying to understand more about you, and you're involved in this sort of thing. It's like, look, I'm gonna be doing this 10 hours. I don't think you're gonna have fun. Listen, break it to them in the first place. Don't surprise them. Just say, look, I'm gonna do this for about 12 hours. I'm not gonna get paid for it, but it's like, this is it. If you want to join me, I'm down for the ride. If you're not, you can go somewhere else, or you can stay
But
out.
Exactly.
Jammerz, I need to follow up because
Go
now
for it.
you know why his name is CowandLady, but he did say that his original nickname was Cowman. So where
yes.
does that nickname come from?
That is
The
definitely
double-layered
not,
mix-up.
No, that is definitely not a villain's name in Gotham City. That sounded like something you made when you're 14 years
we
old.
need
Am I
the
wrong?
extra. More.
Exactly. The name Cowman is like old enough to be drinking right now. It's like 22 years old. I've been Cowman. You know what I mean?
Do you know?
But,
sorry to cut you off there. Your original name is older than Ending Walker.
Yes,
Why
it
is
is.
It's crazy.
Your original name is older than Ending Walker. Just let that sink in.
But if like I knew what I knew now, I would probably be Goatman, just because I actually own goats and I didn't expect that to ever happen in my
No
life. It just
way.
kind of, it just turned up.
Goats.
Yes, yeah, I have 8 of them right now because they just had babies yesterday.
Hey.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, okay. First of all, important question: are there pictures available of the baby goats on your Twitter?
There are, yeah. The
Great.
CowandLady is my Twitter, and you can see.
Fantastic.
Okay. No, that's great to hear. Congratulations on that. Let me ask you this. This is a real question. How hard is it to like maintain or look after a goat?
Honestly, they're not that hard. They're pretty easy to take care
Is
of.
it easier than a cat?
I would say a little bit harder than a cat, but not as much as a dog. If that makes any sense.
Oh no. Okay. No. I totally get it.
Dogs are extremely hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a neighbor with a dog, and I feel like that's probably like having a baby for your entire life. That's what it looks like to me. So,
Yep.
well, I had a cat, and the cat was just chilling. It was just running around, big chilling.
Big chili.
Damn, that's crazy. So CowandLady comes from Cowman. I could have called myself Goatman. I don't know. Please,
That's amazing.
just okay. Promise me this: if you ever
Yes.
lose a bet, I don't want you losing a bet to the guy saying call yourself Fishman or something. Just please don't do that. Let's just
No.
just keep CowandLady there, and we'll stick with that. But that's brilliant.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So then, Madgear, what about you? I know it should be obvious, but surprise me. Where does
Okay.
Mr.
So,
Madgear
what-
come from?
All right, so it's kind of funny about this name. It was a couple years back probably 2017, 2018 when I first started getting into Street Fighter V. I was still trying to figure out who I wanted to play. I literally was playing Ken, I was playing Ryu, didn't really know how to play at the moment. And then I was playing with a couple friends, and then I bought Abigail with like fight money points. So I started playing him a ton. And then my friend was like, I was just doing season 3 Abigail things, just robbing people with V-triggers, thinking I was like mad nice. Then he's like, oh. So then he's like, oh, you just over there being Mr. Madgear, aren't you? I'm like, you know what? I like that. Wow. And then it just stuck with me, and I just kind of kept it ever since.
Okay, no, I
everyone
like
loves a good villain origin.
Well, listen, especially if the name was given to you. Veggey, ask your question for us.
Yeah. So, Mr. Madgear, this might be incorrect, but were you at Combo Breaker 2018 or 2019 and really hyping and destroying not destroying physically, but with your character destroying one of the casual setups?
No.
Okay.
My fun fact, my first offline major I've always gone to Texas Showdown since 2019.
Okay.
That was my first one, and then like my first like major across the state was CEO 2021.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, so you're still kind of fresh into traveling.
Actually, yes. Street Fighter V is actually my first fighting game completely.
Oh, okay, all right. So so I gotta say this because we've had a couple of guests like this now. Just how far you've come in a short space of time. How has that felt how's that felt for you? Because I still have a lot of people who get deterred about, wanting to get good at these games or feeling they can't do it. But, I've been playing fighting games for nearly 10 years now. And for you to be at this level and then, be comfortable going to places like CEO in a span of, 2 years, not feeling too deterred from the way you're sounding, how's that felt, the journey overall for you?
The journey to me overall has been, like, really exciting. And, the journey's still not done. We still got Street Fighter 6 on the horizon.
Oh, baby.
And it's just been the idea, just having the support group I've had around me from the growth to where I'm at now. Because, like, straight up, when I first started playing, I was like, I was pretty arrogant in my way of thinking, because I was literally just spamming stuff with Abigail, because it was like season 2.5, season 3. No one didn't really quite know how to figure the character out yet. And I was just using V-Trigger, like, to be honest.
I mean, I don't blame you. It was 2 bars, and he had he had very good normals. I don't blame you.
I was just throwing normals out for free, like, no problem. And then the season 4 nerfs happened. I was losing everything. It was kind of like a humbling experience for me, to say the least. And like my group in Texas, shout out to the Meat City boys. They're like, that's what we call ourselves, is Meat City. And
I'm not gonna ask. Take that how you will, people at home. Anyway,
so it's a long story for another time.
I'm sure it's a long story.
But it was. They were like, "Hey, man, the way you're playing is not gonna work. You're either gonna have to start studying it up, slow it down, or you're gonna be like drowning in pools and drowning like forever."
Okay.
And so I slowed it down, and it was like, all right, I need to start playing like this. I actually studied VODs when I was first getting a game. I was actually looking up games from Brutus and It Is On, watching those two play. And I've been trying to mirror my game around those two for like a while, and I'm to a point now where I'm pretty comfortable like how I play. For the most part.
You know what? I'm super happy that you said that. And one thing that you've mentioned that our guest last week mentioned the exact same thing. So, Madgear, I love that you brought something. We're going to reinforce this point as much as we can. The support group, right? I think that's one thing when people are getting into fighting games, that's what they don't have. I'm not saying the player necessarily at hand doesn't have that. I think it's the way the people around them, it's the way they articulate certain things or try to encourage them to play. Because it sounds like, again, a nice support group. Shouts to Marv. He said he had a nice support group as well to bring him in and let him cultivate his skills and make him develop into the player he is today. So yeah, support groups are a massive deal, especially if it's a super close group of friends that you play all sorts of games with or just chat nonsense with on Discord or whatever. It can go a long way. So that's great to hear. One impromptu question I had for Madgear, because it was the way you acquired Abigail, I should say. You said it was through fight money.
Yeah, it was all fight money.
Do you like the way you had to? How do I articulate this? Did you feel more comfortable buying Abigail through in-game currency, or were you just like it was just there? You weren't like ready with, I'll just pay $6 for the character. I prefer having fight money.
I literally used just in-fight money because I was looking through like listing, like, how like in the in-fight game menu they have like a little description of all the characters.
Yeah.
I saw Abigail and like, oh, he's like 8 foot tall and is like 600 pounds. Let's give him a go. Let's see how fun he is. And then it just started, and then it just clicked like that, and I was like, well, this is my character.
Okay.
But do you regret picking him up now after you had that humbling experience? Do you think you could have learned faster if you stuck with someone like Ken?
No, I love like the big body archetype, and I could
Okay.
and I was like, you know, when Street Fighter 6 comes out, I'm a day one on Marissa, like straight up day one Marissa.
Yo.
Nice.
You were definitely out to have no friends in the future. So that's
I
great.
actually I have a question for Mr. Madgear about your journey and kind of relearning the game after season 3. What was the hardest thing, like fundamentally, for example, for you to grasp about the game? Like, what did you struggle the most with?
Oh, it was definitely the neutral. Like learning neutral, like all over again. Because you know, with Abigail season 2, 2.5, season 3, you didn't necessarily need the neutral. You know, it made you stronger. But like me being like a low platinum player, I was like, I don't need this neutral. I'm just gonna use V trigger. You know.
I mean, do you know what? Let me just say this, right? I'll never. You can get upset at the player using the character, but you can never hate the player. You gotta hate the game, right? That's the same.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I think what gets overlooked is players' ability to understand what is super strong and then being told what's super strong, right? I don't know. Hopefully, people understand what I mean by this, because it's like you didn't have to like essentially excel in neutral with Abigail because you found what worked and what won. So you rocked with that. So you understanding in games to understand what wins, that's what people overlook. They just go, oh, Abigail does super activate 50-50 and you lost. But it's like, wait, Madgear saw that this was winning, so we're going to run with it. That's it. That's the ability. I found out what wins, and we're going to run with it. We all do it in games. So the fact that that gets overlooked, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. But then again, once you find it, especially when you find that in the early days, and then you have to deal with that another 365 days, that's where it gets annoying. Because it's like, oh my God, he found it early, but they're not going to change this until said time, if they're ever going to change it. So
Right.
I really think that part gets overlooked by people in general when they're playing games. It's their ability to find out what works and what is super strong. Do you get what I mean, Madgear?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because for the longest time, like when I was going to locals, I was always like 3-2, 4-2, cracking top 8s here and there with season 3 Abigail. I'm like, oh, it must be what I'm doing is working, you know. So I'm just keep rolling with it. But then after the nerfs, I was like starting to go 0-2, 1-2, and then it stopped working for me, and I was like. And that's where I like felt the struggle. I'm like, okay, this is not working, and that's where my friend group came in. They were like, hey man, this is not working for you anymore. You're gonna have to figure this out, and you're gonna have to actually start playing Street Fighter now. Start playing Abigail Fighter 5.
Oh man!
And they're like, and so then I've just been growing off of that ever since.
No, that's good. Again, it's brought you where you are today. I commend you for sticking with this character for that long. That is loyalty to the finest. Let me go back to CowandLady since we're speaking about characters, because obviously I did play Mika for a little while myself before I jumped ship. Smart move.
Yes, very smart move.
But let me ask you this. What is your overall opinion on Mika, this final version of the game? Do you think this is fine? Do you think she needed a little bit more? They should have taken away something?
I mean,
what do you think?
you could always argue your character needs a little more, but I think for the most part, she's probably the most well-rounded, like right now that she's been. Like season 1, she was like cracked, like she was crazy in season 1, but like. Now she's like, she's got a real like anti-air with EX wingless. Like she's got like more consistent stand heavy punch, because it used to whiff a lot if you did medium punch, heavy punch. Like it's just the cancel crouch medium kick. You could kind of make it safe now. So like it's nice. It's good stuff. I'm not gonna complain. Like she's pretty solid. It's just frustrating when you can't get in, because most of her poke buttons to get in are like lights and little things, and you get these little weenie hits, and you don't get any solid knockdown to get in,
Well, I mean, I think she was just literally, they wanted to tailor everything towards, it's like once you get in, you just steamroll the hell out of everyone. So it's like
it.
That's where it had to be the balance, right? We'll make it super difficult for you to get in, but once you're in, it's just free reign. Well, until they added V-shift, of course. They said, maybe it's a little bit too strong, but
the thing is like you could compare Mika immediately to Laura, and Laura is like feels a million times better in my head. Like watching, I'm like, man, I wish Mika could do that.
Oh yeah. Well, no, do you know what? I did feel like that when I was playing her at some point, but then I said no. I kind of prefer this because I think the momentum you get off of Brimstone,
Yes.
that's super important.
Like-
I think the flexibility of using both triggers because remember Laura don't have that luxury, I'm afraid.
Yes.
So and then the,
Well, I mean-
the V skill as well. That's for me as well.
Yeah, and like the V skill buff is huge because I use that all the time. Like I'm like, hey, damn, hey, damn, hey, damn. Like, and then like the chair, like because I use the chair. I'm one of the few that I think actually stuck with it. But
I respect it.
The mixes you get now and like what you could do now and what's like real is kind of wild with that thing.
Okay, that's interesting because I think mainly at the highest level, the guys are still sticking with, well, at least Luffy and Fudo
Yes.
are still sticking with V-Trigger 1 because there's 2 bars, you can be super flexible with it, and obviously, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, CowandLady, is the versatility still more with V-Trigger 1? Or is V-Trigger 2, is it V-Trigger 2 that's got more versatility now in terms of what you can do with it?
I think if you just want to try to get around neutral, you could just raw pop it and dash in and don't worry about it. Like you could do that. I don't try not to do that, but I do. You know, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, to win.
Right, look, she's got the tools to do so. The V-Trigger forces like a plethora of scrambles, which is one thing.
Yes,
I've
exactly.
always liked.
And Mika actually,
Yeah, go on.
she does pretty good in scrambles. I think like she's one of the better scramble characters.
Well, I mean, scrambling's an art. I don't know how many times I have to tell people in the community that scrambling is a damn art. That if you haven't mastered that, then like you need to get on it because I promise you, scrambles are in this game more than you think. There might be even more scrambles in SF6. So learn how to win a scramble. Heck, do you know what you should do? Throw a dollar bill on the floor, see how many people gravitate towards it. That's a scramble. But that's a scramble. But another thing I wanted to ask you as well, because I haven't played this character in so long. So give me Mika's top 3 best matchups, CowandLady. Talk to me about that.
Best? Ooh, that's I always say like Nash is like probably one of my favorite matchups. It's not too hard, I don't think.
Okay.
Other than that, I feel like everything's kind of in the middle except for like the really bad. I don't feel like she really beats anyone.
Right.
But the other character that I always say that people think I'm crazy is Cammy. I think she does pretty well against Cammy.
Talk to me. Break it down for me. Talk to me. Why do you think she's well against Cammy? I'm not convinced.
I know. Don't worry. I'm not at that pro level, but like for me, I think like the medium kick that she tries to get, like she always tries to do medium kick as like a pressure tool and like a get off me, and I'm like, stand medium, it cancels into Peach and it actually works. I swear, it works. It reaches. It's great. It's such a good button to deal with, Cammy's stand medium kick, and then like her jumping like dive kick pressure, EX wingless does really well against. Like if you could beat the ground game, I don't think Cammy's ground game is that great. I know I'm crazy, but like it's true. I swear, I'm the only Mika that says that.
No. Listen, everyone. You listen. That's your perception. I again, maybe it's because the guys we faced in Europe or I've seen at the highest level that I'm not entirely convinced. Because I know there were some really cool things you could do. Like you said, wingless airplane was super consistent. When Cammy was in V-Trigger 1, you had V-Trigger 1. If she dive kicked, you call Mika behind you, get free damage and the Oki. There's stuff to work with. Cammy's got nerfed. Mika got like quality of life changes. Gotta change the matchup here and there. But no, I guess that was very interesting to hear as well. So you got Nash, you got Cammy. Anyone else?
No, I could tell you which ones I don't like the most.
Well, I mean, go for it. I mean, all right, give me 3. Give me 3.
Three of the ones that I don't like the most is gonna be like Zangief,
Yes.
Sagat, and like Rashid. Like those 3, I hate. I can't, they're rough.
Okay, why Sagat?
Fireball, just straight fireball. Just fireball all day.
You don't V-shift EX Peach around it, or you just don't like?
It's really hard to because of how his fireball like works. You have to be like
Super close.
You have to be slightly farther away because his heavy or his standing fireball reaches farther than his low fireball.
Yeah.
So it's this awkward space you have to be at to cover both, and it's super specific. It's so tight of where you could like EX Peach it or V-shift it out.
Okay.
It's frustrating.
Abigail? What about Abigail?
I mean, Abigail's. I think it's in Abigail's favor. I don't think it's the worst matchup, but like because he's
he's
got some nice pokey buttons to keep me out. So it's like he doesn't have to commit.
You're saying that as if like you have no ability to jump, or
I mean, yeah, you could jump. You could jump.
man.
Yeah. There's jump. You're right.
Well, I mean, listen. Sometimes people make this common mistake of determining matchups on the floor the entire time.
True. You're right.
It's like,
Yeah,
listen,
that's true.
Okay, let's see Madgear answer that back because he was clearly saying,
Okay. You know, the thing about like Abigail, his anti-air is not the greatest in the game, right? We can all agree. It's like pretty subpar. See, like
True.
the floor, the ground game is still good, but like y'all were saying, you can just jump in on Abigail for free basically all day.
No, I mean, if you don't pick V skill 1, then
free.
yeah. No, if you don't pick V
free.
skill 1, then no. And then, there's some way, but 90% of the time you can jump in. Yes.
Right, and then basically once you get him in the corner, he basically has to hold the blender because he doesn't really have a decent wake up option outside of like his.
No, that is true.
Like it,
and
so you can
jump
basically
is slower as well.
Yeah, he's got the
That is
terrible.
true.
And his critical art is good though.
His critical art is definitely good.
Yeah,
And
but you
his
only get
jump
that, like,
out is good too, in the corner though. Agree?
Yes, it is.
Sort
It's short, so it's like it's weird.
It's an awkward jump.
Yeah.
It's one of the slowest jumps in the game. It's weird.
I mean, sometimes weird works in your favor in this game, especially when weird turns into 60%. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm just saying. I've seen weird situations, and the guy just beats you for 60%. He said, "I don't know what happened, but you lost anyway." So, GG.
Just run with it.
Sometimes that
Just
happens.
roll with it.
But let me ask you this, then, Madgear. I was very curious about this because obviously they made a lot of changes to Abigail's V skill 2 over the years, and it looked like they were basically redirecting the way they wanted Abigail to be as a character. What matchups is V skill 2 useful in? What characters is it useful against?
Well, I'm not a big V skill 2 user. Obviously, I still use V skill 1 like 99.9% of the time,
Okay.
but like. The V skill 2, I think, is pretty decent against like the more grappler style characters like Laura, Zangief. It's actually really great against Balrog, believe it or not. Balrog like just gets shut down by V skill 2 completely.
Damn. Okay.
Because he'll try to like dash punch, like, you know, they dash punch as a poke.
Yeah.
Basically. And he can't hit tire back with dash punch, so it just goes underneath and he just get caught by it.
Wow.
So you kind of use that as like your buffer, your like anti-dash punch
Anti-dash punch deterrent.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's actually pretty interesting. I might have to look into that.
I actually have a follow-up question regarding V skill 2 and V skill 1. So you said that you use 99.9% of the time V skill 1. Do you think it's vital for Abigail to work as a character right now, or is it just a preference for you?
It's more just a preference thing. Like for me, it's like I know there's a lot of like I know my good friend Blarlad. He's like our big V skill 2 specialist around here. He can do some enthusiasts. Would you say? He's like does some crazy stuff with the tire. But for me personally, I don't like the idea of constantly being negative after calling tire out. And then the characters just being able to get in on you for free like that.
Okay.
Like,
I can understand that. Yeah, okay.
The only real safe quote unquote tire call out, you know, it's EX punch obviously, and then heavy punch is considered the heavy Abby punch is considered safe because everything else is like -10 on what wake up, -10, -12.
What you have to remember is I think you got to remember the distance when you're calling the tire from. Because sometimes you can arbitrarily call it a neutral, and depending on what character you're facing, they won't be able to get there in time. The tire will be able to be out there in time and then cause a scramble, or you'll be able to hit it omnidirectional or something like that. Yes, the numbers only tell a fraction of the story. You could be -10 and your opponent will not have a move to catch you in that -10. Yes, they recover 10 frames faster than you do, but if the tire's out there, skedaddle, skoodoodle, you control the whole screen for about 5 seconds. But no, I was just very curious. So that was very interesting. Right, I think we are just about out of time, but I've got one more question I'd like to ask before the break. And I know we haven't mentioned this character at all in the first half. So I'm going to see if these guys are going to mention him. I'd like to ask this. So we'll get CowandLady's opinion on this first. CowandLady, in your opinion, who do you think is the best character in Street Fighter V right now, as of today?
I mean, sure, I'll throw it out. It's Luke, right? It's gotta be, right? Like, come on.
Okay.
I think Mika does like okay against Luke. I don't think it's awful, but you know, Like, there's definitely worse, but I'll say it. It's Luke.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'm agree. It's definitely Luke, and since that's being a really bad matchup for Abigail, I'm going to definitely say it's pretty bad.
No, I no, because I like asking this question because some people will tell me an objective like opinion, and then they tell me their opinion that comes from their heart because their character loses to said character. And I'm very surprised neither of you said Jammerz. Not Jammerz. I saw my name there. Neither of you said Dhalsim.
Sim, yeah.
Abigail
I'm not
does well
Dhalsim,
against
by the way.
Dhalsim,
I'm
so
not
that's why I
Dhalsim.
can't- Yeah.
Jammerz is the worst matchup.
Right, anyway. Right.
Jammerz the 10-0 matchup.
You know what? I might be, actually. I might be. Who knows?
You
Anyway.
are.
But yeah, no, I know Mika does all right against Dhalsim. What about Abigail Dhalsim? What's the numbers on that? Have you got any numbers on that?
6-4 in Abby's favor.
Wait, what?
6-4.
Can I
In
get-
Abby's
hold on,
favor?
Let me clear my
In
ears. Sorry,
Abby's
hold on.
favor.
wait,
It's
wait.
Abby's favor. 100%. I think it is definitely in Abigail's favor.
All right, you got 30 seconds. Indulge me. Why is
Silas.
why is Abigail
Well,
beating Dhalsim?
Abigail has parry to kind of negate a lot of like Dhalsim's limbs, and he can like basically just armor through any like setup Dhalsim wants to do, and then he can just go just get in. If he wants to get in, he can get in. It's not a hard prospect of getting in.
I really want to see you fight Mr. Crimson and say that same thing.
Let's set that one up.
All right, just fly me over to the UK, and then I'll do it.
I might have to do a GoFundMe or
Crimson
something.
flying to the UK.
Maybe.
Still be online.
I don't know. We'll see how it is. Right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about out of time for our pre-match interview here. But yes, we're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we are going to get CowandLady and Mr. Madgear in this lobby for this first to 10. I'm going to spoil it. Somebody will get grabbed at some point. In that time, go get some snacks. We'll see you very shortly.
EX Hard Raid.
You can connect with a net battler on the other side of the planet whenever you want. Cyber Society sure is something.
Of monsters in a giant stampede. They attack the village in a frenzied rage. Nobody knows why this happens, but it came close to wiping out our village last time.
Man, that looks good.
Wow, what a sight! All of us, everyone in Kimura, we've all been training for this moment for our entire lives.
We need you to protect Kimura Village.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Capcom Fighters here on Twitch. It's Sets, the first to 10 series, the AKA the Tuesday show. And I think tonight, someone's gonna be either sitting on the ringside or they're gonna be sent to the scrapyard. What do you think, Veggey?
I'm thinking that there is going to be a lot of, like, unless we get a one-sided set because of matchup being other than what was predicted by both the players and us as watchers, I think we're going to have one of those times where we'll just like, oh, that's what I'm hoping at least. I'm not going to force it, but I'm hoping we'll get one of these times where we're like, oh no, what's going on? What's going on? Oh my God!
Veggey,
my man,
yeah,
that's what
I think it's
Mika and Abigail is made for, to make you go like that. Dopamine.
I think I definitely think it's one of those evenings for us, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds. How about you, Jammerz?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting matchup.
Yep.
It's a bit nostalgic because obviously we had this matchup in high frequency in Europe for quite a long time, as I said, just to regurgitate the same line. But we're going to see the American perspective on it. They're both using V-Trigger 2. They're both using V-Skill 1. These guys are friends outside of the game. You know, I don't know if you guys have many of those. I don't, but anyway.
He's driving to the stage.
One question quick. Who chose the stage?
I did.
Okay, I was gonna say
cultured pick.
Nice stage pick, Richard. But
look at this.
Jammerz.
Look at this. Hello, already the first grab.
Yeah, he's gonna come on, grab again. Yeah, you might as well.
Nice. You what?
Yeah, but like the key things here, like Mr. Madgear and CowandLady were saying before, jumping fist is an excellent tool in this matchup, but only if the spacing from Abigail is super bad. Of course, EX can help punish certain things, but that was a miscancel or execution error.
Or was it safe on block?
I'm not sure. I think Madgear didn't react in time. I think so.
You know, for in mobile, Abigail has a really fast crouching light kick. I mean, it's 4 frames, but not. But it's really good, like, as a button to reversal when you guess and cancel the V-triggers. It's like surprisingly fast.
Ooh, nice crouch fierce, but it didn't combo. Still got the counter hit anyway.
I would really like to see at some point CowandLady do the kind of more unique anti-S to this matchup because of Abigail's slow jump, like the sweet that he could have killed there. He actually could have killed.
Speaking of CowandLady, we're probably going to see this chair soon enough here.
So this is really interesting because CowandLady wants to activate with a slider or sweep, but he's not letting him activate with it. With the jabs and a stand medium punch, hitboxes actually beating him.
Reversal save.
What a great way.
Oh, didn't cancel.
The crouch beating kick.
Oh, if you're gonna lose from the miscount, that's smart from Madgear. Finish off your plate, send him to the scrap heap.
Oh, did you see how Abigail just looked at his hand?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen that?
No, because usually when I lose to Abigail, I'm like looking at my hands.
No. You should see some of the characters' animations when they chip you, and then they let them play out when it's the initial hit or when.
Wow, that was really good. Like
I've been seeing that for years. How have you not seen that?
Abigail is one of the most
animated characters.
Animated characters, right?
Anyway, so
he is really cool. Ooh, what an air-to-air jump light kick!
Oh yeah,
we get to see everything. Yeah, that's not something you see all the
big as well. Because I
love how he has the building outfit as well. Like he's ready to put on the heat for tonight.
Oh, CowandLady trying to bait that parry anti-air. Mr. Madgear though, ready for it, not committing to anything.
Nice parry.
And you know what? He's ready. It's just a mix-up.
He was saying you could jump in at Abigail. I said that's if you don't parry, and he's parried like 3 times successfully.
But at some point, it's gonna become a mix-up if he's gonna empty jump or not.
But that's that's when you reintroduce crouch fierce. So
that's true.
And
that's true.
He did just
the mix.
And then Mr. Madgear just betted it on him, not trying another empty jump. So it's just a mind game. And there we have another. Oh, let's see the animation. Let's go.
He's gonna look at his hand.
And the stomp as well. That was too good.
So hang on. I'm looking at this from a wider perspective now. It looks like Mr. Madgear is not spending any bar because CowandLady is basically doing all the risk taking. So he can counter. There's a nice dive bomb there. He's not spending any bar. He preserves it for super and he'll be able to use it for chip or something else. I like that strategy. He doesn't need to use it in bar yet.
I actually don't think Abigail's crouching fierce is the worst answer to counter the down medium punch like the dive bomb from Mika, but at that point the timing was just right for CowandLady.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Mika's got a better answer than what CowandLady's doing against that heavy giant flip. That's plus.
True.
That was plus. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get punished
And
out.
I think that was actually made easier to punish as well. But where we see no punish on it, I think you could. Is that one of those
No,
that
Mika could
eventually?
dash. Mika could
Yeah,
dash.
it's a dash
towards
punish.
that.
Oh, what a nice punish.
Nice.
for-
Gets the size.
gets
Okay,
to
uses the V skill as well, and that's dead.
All right.
Even with Abigail HP.
Yeah, no, good stuff. And he had the buffed microphone. That's why V-Skill 1 is pivotal in this matchup as well. Any sort of damage increase you can get against the guy with the most vitality in the game is of utmost importance there. And I'm seeing these guys, they're both starting to empty jump each other now, which is interesting.
Okay, here's the meter used
You know
for
what?
Madgear,
It's really impressive from my perspective. Like Madgear said, he didn't really know how to use buttons when he was nerfed. But then you can see these really. He's not whiffing. He's confirming crouch medium kick. He's doing like things on block most of the time. He has really understood how to place buttons since that nerf. So that nerf has really helped him grow as a player. That's amazing. His placements have been really good.
And that's basically forced evolution, you know. Your character got weakened, you had to learn other ways to apply your buttons.
Do you know what? Forced evolution, forced progression is necessary in life for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the cancellation into the Abigail punch. Let's see if he can close out with a couple of pokes here. Maybe even one anti-air will do the trick if he decides to jump.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh, nice answer was ready.
That was the game.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's
Gonna go back to the corner.
Way, though. Are you gonna guess right?
Yo, that was a sick juggle. Okay. Nadeshko's coming. Oh no, got hit.
Oh, he's dead.
And he tried to press a button. And that's just how you sometimes die to Mika. You can have the round, but when these activations come, you're getting smothered in the corner.
Dude.
And what looked like a really dominant performance in the beginning is already evened out. I mean, it's just one game, but it looked really strong the first 3-4 rounds. So this is an interesting turn of events. It is for a Mika player. They'll look like they can't win until they get in right, because that's what the character is about. And when they start learning your patterns to get in, that's when they get to show you what they're good at.
You know what the motto for Mika players should be?
No, what?
It should be, my fun starts when your fun my fun starts when your fun stops.
Okay.
That was really hard.
That's kind of forced in this game anyway, so it's going to happen. There's the crouch face.
Crouch heavy punch. Like, look at this control. Oh, it's right there dashed out. He's just not looking for it at all. Very checkable dash.
There it is. Wow. And he's dead. He's only going to do the full combo, and that's going to be the round for Mr. Madgear. I'm telling you, man, this might be a rough matchup, or he might have some rough matchups, but his overall presence, just because of gargantuan it is still a bit of a threat. Remember, he still has an incredibly high damage output.
That's what I was talking about before. It's pretty active. The crouch fierce.
Punish on the flip, and there comes an EX Peach with punish on the crouch fierce. I guess like Mika doesn't have the longest of buttons, but I would have guessed she could get something more.
You can do stand fierce into like her whiff punish combos are not big, but it's similar to Birdie, right? When you do medium punch into ball horn or ball head. You've got the situation, but you close the gap for Oki. But it's like, again, it's not like a Luke with punish or a poison with punish, you know? Nice anti-air. The XP.
That was a nice decision. And gets the autocorrect on that. Anti-air, had he pressed earlier, would definitely have worked, but it's
gonna
still
be a lot of damage.
Wait, hold on. He gets Oki from here because it's in the corner, right? I think it is.
Yeah.
One regular throw should do the trick if he goes for it. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Stop calling it like that, Jammerz. You're too sick.
Well, look, that was the safest thing to do. Plus, if he did the regular throw, it would have been a jump out into the body splash guess or jump out backdash into steel chair activation. So I'm just thinking, regular throw, flick him in the head, see how it goes, and then we move from there. But you know what? Great stuff so far. I think I want to see CowandLady be a little bit more stubborn in terms of the ground. The jumping aspect he's got down to be a little bit more grounded, be a little bit more there.
Oh, and that's an unfortunate whiff punish then.
I like the attempt, and I like the sweep
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I told you. I wanted to see that.
You're definitely a Mika player.
I promise
What
you.
happens if Abigail jumps off? What?
No, if he just jumps. No, if Abigail just jumps, the sweep always works.
Okay. Again, jump heavy kick.
Throw.
All right, we're in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the magic happens for CowandLady.
Just do a throw. Oh, he
my God.
I was gonna do that.
Damn!
Well, that should be... That's not dead, actually. Is it?
Is it not?
Are you sure about that?
I told you.
No! He was sure about that!
I'm telling you, CowandLady was praying that last throw would work, or he would not be confident that Madgear would not take that back with the activation and the super and the mix ready. Nice
That's
anti-air.
so good. Okay, and that's definitely a button.
All right, here we go. So it's mid-screen now. Gets the damage. This is good. But you might be able to close the gap with maybe crouch light kick and then just leave it there. No, he went for a delayed crouch fist. Try and catch a throw tech or something.
Yeah, maybe trying to catch throw take, back dash,
already.
V-shift.
That
Well,
Yeah,
just
that's
that fierce
annoying,
hitting as well.
CowandLady.
That's a lot of stuff hitting at the same time. Oh my god!
And do you
He's
know what?
broken in half.
Do you know what we got to give credit to? We got to give credit to Madgear's awareness of the command grab range because they all got changed. Right, over the years, they all got changed. So it's not as powerful, not as
They
length
got
as it was
way
before.
weaker.
Yeah,
they
so
got
the
way
fact that
weaker.
he's able to scare CowandLady to sit there and take the command grab, that's definitely no easy feat to do.
I loved how he was just waiting for that whiff and almost had the huge punish with the crouching heavy punch.
And that's gonna be Oki from the back fierce target combo. Oh my god!
And he tried to do a punch of below. He tried to read the crouching jab. That's what he tried to read.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is all Madgear right now.
Don't jump. Please do not jump. Just stay on the ground. Just stay on the ground. If you got a raw activate, CowandLady, just do that and he jumps. Wow.
He's
That
out
was
of there.
lucky timing though. Just as Madgear dashed forward, CowandLady tried to jump out, not checking those.
Okay,
Trying to get
that flip.
Yeah.
No.
That flip has worked really well for Madgear so far.
And the thing is, he doesn't need to stop doing that. Listen, whatever. If it
Yeah,
ain't broke, don't
yeah.
fix it. Keep abusing
Exactly.
it. The thing is, Mika can do EX Peach against that. You can do it in a reactionary sense because the move is very quick on startup. I think if you sweep, you get a trade. If you're very attentive towards that, you can neutral jump. But it's like EX Peach is the most consistent thing. Or do what Idom used to do. Idom used to just jab all the time. Just jab.
Yeah.
But he's not. Oh, God.
I was gonna ask you, as the Mika expert, what would you say would be the smartest whiff punish tool in this matchup?
It's stand fist. As a whip punish tool, it's stand fist. But you're not always going to be in
Because of
range
the
to do
hurt
that.
boxes of the
Yeah, you're not always going to be in range to do it. So
Yeah.
confirms earlier from Madgear though, really impressive. Really important thing to have down with that range and conversion from the crouching medium kick.
Oh, and the double dash. Yeah, in anticipation of the V shift, most likely.
That
nice.
confirm. That was very nice from CowandLady.
Oh my! You
Oh
actually
my
might
god,
lose.
he just ran to
You got
that.
one guess. Please don't V shift. And he did.
Jammerz would have died!
Oh my!
Jammerz would have died!
The fact that you were brave to V shift there and Mr. Madgear didn't see that. Oh wow! Good
Oh,
job.
he went for the reset. These guys are going crazy right now.
The damage. The reward when CowandLady gets something running though is pretty substantial, I'd say.
I can't believe CowandLady V shifted there. That was crazy. There you
Nice.
go.
Wow!
Is he listening to your commentary advice, Jammerz?
I told him to mute themselves.
It's happened a few times before, you know. Nice.
That's BT. Yeah, that's fine.
That
That's
was
fine.
such a sick setup by CowandLady. Into the EX command throw, one more.
Here he comes.
Okay, he's gonna activate from here.
Take that. Yeah, that's completely fine.
Oh, nice. Once again, the Peach has been working really well
No, but
from the crouching medium kick.
do you know what? I might need to note that down because I think Veggey noticed this before. I don't know if he's doing that intentionally to space it so it's still minus but not punishable, because that didn't look confirmed. That looked like
That's true. It looked
that
very
looked like a
Right,
frame
right,
trap.
right.
But even if that was blocked, that would have been like maybe what, -3.
Sometimes
4,
it kind of
something.
hits so shallow that it's kind of on the verge of being safe, you know?
We tested it. It could be safe at least. I remember
Yeah.
when we and Phantom tested that after the patch.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the medium one though, right?
Yeah,
the
I
medium one he's
don't
doing.
remember enough about it.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's not getting the
try to sweep
punishes
as
so
an
much.
anti-air
We'll
once
ask
again.
him. We'll ask him. We'll ask him.
That is such a punishable button, been punished consistently by CowandLady, but Madgear still wants to use it. I wonder if it has any usage that he's not been able to show us yet.
Snap fears, there you go.
Oh,
And
maybe that
this
was
time, yeah, he's working on that spacing with the
Oh, he missed the
roundhouse.
clap, unfortunately, but he can still force a scramble here. No V-shift or V-reversal for Madgear yet, so he can close the gap if he wants to.
Still another chair left for CowandLady.
And it's trying to get a whiff punish on those lights.
There you go, parry's dead. I
Finds
think
the
he's dead.
parry.
That's a lot of damage.
Not quite, okay. He did the bar.
Finds the meaty crouching. You know, Miss Madgear is definitely ahead in the air mix-up. He's guessing right
Because
a
that,
lot
that,
of the
that,
time.
that
really
was like,
good at, yeah.
for like 2 years, that was like the bulk of the matchup. You had to have that down. Even if
Yeah,
you didn't
so-
want to do it, you had to have that down.
He's really great at anticipating what options CowandLady wants to go for. What a crouching like a counter hit conversion from the empty jump.
He's trying to whip
That was
punish here.
fantastic. There's the flips in the corner once again.
And then, yeah, good job. Well-timed jump. Here we go. If he guesses wrong, or he might throw out a super if he wants to, but he's going to
Oh,
guess
how
wrong.
the tables turn!
Sounds racked up. Oh, that's
Oh
it.
my god!
He's not dead, though.
Goes for the reset.
Oh, he waited.
This
I think that's what he waited for.
Kind of rough though.
Well timed. The bravado, the timing.
Oh my god, that was.
He ran out of armor.
He lost the armor?
No, he ran out of armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran out of armor.
Nadeshiko just didn't give a flying, you know.
Monkeys, I know.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oh, he tried to whip punish. You can't whip punish that move. That forward fist from Abigail, that has got.
Yeah,
like,
it's actually ridiculous.
It's
Why wasn't that changed? Everything else was.
he needed something.
Oh, nice. Looks like a buffer because sometimes it's on block and there's nothing coming out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but sometimes he makes me feel like he's confirming it. But I mean, we can ask him later.
I like the jumping light as well from Madgear. He has been using that pretty consistently.
Out of range for the full conversion.
He needs a low forward to super. Yeah, he needs a low forward. Oh, that could have been it.
It's too far.
Yeah, the crouch medium kick would have worked.
Oh, if he gets wrong, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead,
my
you're dead.
god.
You're dead. Don't care how much health you have, you've got. Pinch your salt to take it. There you go.
Boom.
And there you have it. CowandLady equalizing things here, making it 3 apiece between these two. These guys are exchanging blows. They're slugging it out. They're keeping us entertained, and it's only 3 apiece.
I gotta say, like, this kind of a matchup could go very bad, very fast, because it's so explosive. So, I just want to say that it's really great to see how even it has been so far, even though, like, the situations have been completely crazy.
I think, in a sense, you can tell where they're excelling at in their own rights, and you can see the game plan that they're both trying to implement as well. Master Madgear is trying to be a little bit more patient, then obviously explode when he's up in your face with that kind of overall giant presence Abigail has. CowandLady, again, throw everything in the kitchen sink when you got steel chair behind you, but it still works.
Oh, didn't get the punish there.
Okay, trying to get in with malicious intent here. Yeah, it doesn't know how to really work a way or navigate a way around that crouching jab. All the stand fierce, there you go. That's all you need to change the momentum quickly. There's a brimstone.
Surprise for a dash.
There's another brimstone.
Oh, another
one.
There's a meaty. There we go. Play it safe.
Yeah, the life we can only mean so much.
Again gets hit by that dude.
That's dead.
Yeah. I think he actually read that neutral jump.
I'm not.
Looked like he reset on purpose.
Well, first of all, I'm not sure if
Madgear.
I'm not sure if Madgear went for that reset intentionally.
He might have mistimed it. Yeah. But that was odd. Yeah.
Nice EX wingless airplane.
Oh, good back dash.
Whoa there.
Had to take that. Had to commit. Hey, do you know what? Like, Abigail can take a brimstone because then does 110, 120 or something like that. But even then, when you have the read on the back dash, I don't know how he's been getting that like 3 times now. He's had that anti crouch like it like 3 times.
Yeah,
using the flip.
I wonder if it's always timing, like block into crouch like.
Nice whiff punish this time on the crouch fears as well from Madgear.
Just 2-5 medium punches, it'll work.
Yeah, especially in the corner, baby.
Oh,
here she comes. Oh, he tried to parry the Nadeshiko.
I mean, I would have blocked and I would have lived, but.
You know,
I mean, Jammerz, we all choose our fights.
No, legit. Like, I get it. Style points, and it probably would have won him the game as well. I don't blame him for trying it, but I think in that situation, because that's not the first time he's tried that. If there's a scramble before where he lost. And again, because you not only have to consider the time of Nadeshka's the time of Mika, right? So it's like, you're trying to parry one, what happens if you lose to the other one? But I think he's banking on parrying one and it gets the other, so... Unfortunate there. I think he kind of squandered that last round there.
I think he just didn't want to. Yeah, sometimes you're in those situations and you don't want to end, even though you have the life and you take the bad decision early, like the early EXDP that loses you the round, things like that. It's similar to that situation, I feel, where he's not going to expect it, but then he just missed it.
Chases him down here. Good jab check there, and the buffer for the whiff punish on the stand fierce. This is looking mighty good here for CowandLady. Great throw break there from Madgear. No V trigger yet though.
Slowly walking up.
He has to.
Oh, the crouch medium, but yeah, for sure.
There's the gap again, and again, just trying to control space or just keep CowandLady in check, but he has to block this, and that should be dead. That should be dead. Not quite.
Ooh, Abigail's a big boy.
I know. And he's about to do a big activation.
There's the activation.
He tries to find the walk back. No, he's definitely looking for the walk back. Just out of range to actually catch her.
I know why this character...
Dude, that throw looks so funny on Abigail. You can't even see Mika doing the throw.
Well, this is what our producer was asking before, guys. He said, how is this tiny little girl going to just pick up this guy that's over 8 foot?
And I can give you an answer. That's called muscle spirit.
That's good. I like this.
Great answer.
Box in the
Oh,
corner
big
right
one.
now.
Is the surprise dash gonna come again? Oh, fight
big jump.
heavy punch. Like, that was really deep.
Oh, trigger's here. Here it comes. You can, oh, you have to take this hard
He's gonna give him
knockdown.
the chair.
I mean, you can brimstone him again. Only throw tech instead.
Which is gonna come.
Smart choice.
That was such a good choice.
Big
Yeah,
brain.
because no, Nadeshko doesn't come out because it's too early.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to
Completely
avoid the
negated.
entire
Yeah.
thing by predicting the activation coming on block and just doing the EX run in prediction of that and getting it all. That was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really smart.
And
Calculated
that,
risk,
you know
in my
what?
opinion.
And that move's throw invincible, by the way, if you've forgotten. The EX Bay Area Sunrise, he tosses you up. That's throw invincible for a couple of frames. So.
When he does the throw.
Yeah,
you
when he tosses you up, it's
Yeah.
throw invincible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice anti-up. I love that anti-up.
How's that?
Fishing for the standing medium punch.
CowandLady definitely has come into more form on how to counter all the options.
Because when Mika has meter, countering Abigail is actually really easy. Like the jump,
Yeah.
wingless airplanes there, you could do EX Street Peach if you want the corner, sweeps, it's got more stable because you got other big options there. That's it.
he tried to jump.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, you're dead.
He must
You're
have
dead.
tried a V-shift, right? Yeah, that's
Did
it.
he
That's
try,
it.
or did he try to throw? Or did he try to throw? He did it earlier.
Yeah, maybe he
Hard to
missed
say,
the back
hard to
V-shift and got the back jump. Maybe he actually
Yeah.
tried to jump, but I mean, we should have learned already in Season 3, you're not jumping, or Season 4, you're not jumping out of that.
But to his defense, sometimes even if you know that, you get that primal urge to jump. You know, you have
Jump
that
backwards.
fight or flight. You have the fight or flight reaction, basically.
Yeah, no, do you know what? And I think people misunderstand this, right? In this game, there are answers to moves like that. You jump forward, you V-shift, whatever. But like Olvaha said, there are a lot of people that still just jump backwards. They just do it.
Yeah.
They don't understand why, they just do it. And it's like,
It's basic biology. You want to get the hell out of there.
I really like... oh, that was such a great backdash from Mr. Madgear to get out of that situation.
there we go.
What a
Kinda
timing
hit.
from CowandLady. Straight into the corner. Meaty. Plus frames.
No, you can't do that.
wow,
You
he
can't
tried
do
to-
that. He's got
Yeah,
more
he-
armor, trust me.
Dude, that I respect the attempt though. Armor to fight armor.
Here we go. Is he going to go behind? He stayed in
Oh
front.
my days, what a
And
block.
you're not
That's
dead.
that activation.
But you got to deal with this.
That's a lot of damage. Not dead though. Still has
has-
one more chance.
He
That's
just
plus
couldn't
frames.
open
Oh
it
wow!
And got hit by overextending. What's gonna happen?
Oh my god!
Not dead. Yes, dead.
No way! He died for that.
The thing is, I feel at times Mr. Madgear is really challenging the chair when he shouldn't. I know you don't want to sit there and take the mix-up, but like Abigail has got he's got abundance of health. Even in the darkest of times, he can still survive, which we're not happy about. But here we are.
Uh-oh. Speaking of, here we are in the corner.
Grab again, or is he going to leave it? He's going to do a Lady Mika and pressure away, but still no V-trigger here, so it's going to be difficult for
unfortunate.
Madgear to get out. But CowandLady did the work for him.
Yeah, I think the missed buffer there got the wingless airplane instead of the...
Getting hit
flips
by
coming
these
again.
flips quite a lot.
Yeah,
Hasn't actually tried to challenge the flip at all. With Crouching Fierce, for example, I would say that's probably a solid choice.
No, he's done Crouch Fierce, but he got counter hit for it. Yeah, well,
Right.
speed, so.
Well, you can always armor your way out.
Of course.
Really needs that activation. There it is.
And you really need to be watching out for that crouching medium kick from Madgear.
Pull the overhead. Let's go.
Nice grab.
Oh, no respect. That was so nice. But is it counts as a grab?
It's a hit grab, so it should work.
That's crazy.
Nice
Oh,
timing.
there you go. Nice
He wasn't
work.
confident. Actually, no, he wasn't confident. All right.
Yeah, because the danger there is that if you do the V-shift break too early and the armor is hit, then you can cancel into super as Abigail and actually beat the
Because it,
V-shift.
it counts as a hit, right? Yeah. it's,
Yeah. So if Abigail doesn't have super, the most damage you get is actually by V-shift into V-shift break and then doing whatever you want. But kind of got to be aware when Abigail has a super stock. I don't know if what happened there. If he got the armored hit. No, he didn't get the armored hit. It was so late, right? It was still in recovery when the V-shift break came. So
Yeah.
the super cancel couldn't come
And
out. Probably looking for that.
Well,
yeah.
either way, it wouldn't have been a good idea to cancel the super, so smart choice from Madgear not to do that or dive with that, but you know what? Again, good situational awareness. And what a turnaround here for CowandLady as well, because Madgear had a...
Nice punish. Optimal because you get the Oki as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Oki.
Madgear had an exceptional
Okie
start, and he's still having an exceptional start here, but seems like it's...
He let the animation run out. Man of culture.
such control. Chip damage, great damage. How's CowandLady gonna try to get out of the corner? No cancel, but definitely been punished on block. Here's a wood punish on the stand heavy kick though, not much, but gets the space, which is more important.
Oh, I like it. He's reacting to certain things with the EX Armored Run and said, you have to guess what I'm going to do from this.
Yeah.
I really like that Madgear's trying that option.
He's definitely using all the tools that the character has in their disposal.
Hated that. Gets the reversal, gets thrown.
Oh,
Mix
that's
up
down.
still.
No, that's dead.
That's definitely dead, yeah. See, it's interesting because I remember CowandLady saying that Abigail was a hard matchup, right? Or not favorable. But to me, I feel like Mika really deals well with these grapplers that don't have much choice.
No, because again, it's with a lot of characters. Once Mika gets in, what are you really going to do? What are you really going to do?
If you don't have a DP, you're not doing much.
Yeah, your massive target, your jump is the slowest in the game probably, and like you don't have a reversal.
Do you know what? I know he likes the parry. I really think he should try V-Skill too, but he doesn't use it.
Yeah. He would get Oki from all the EX Abigail punches.
Oh, well, more importantly, he'd slow CowandLady down, but this is a lovely combo into a reset, stays in front. Ooh. And he's still got one more guess. Oh no, right. Here comes the 50-50. What side are we going to stay on?
Oh
We're going to stay in front, grab all.
Close your eyes, chat. Close your eyes.
He's been mixed up for 20 seconds.
Close your eyes.
He's still alive though.
Here we go.
What's he going to be? He's a little bit afraid of doing it because of that. Yeah,
dude, it's going to be time to close your eyes for the other player this time.
He had to confirm. Just didn't find the cancel.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
It's the armor nerf. Yeah, so if this was another season, unless the armor actually ran out, which I don't think, this would have worked. But there was season 4 or 4, I think, or maybe 5, where if you don't have enough life to tank the armor, you still die. Yeah.
Because I remember that was the thing in the early days. It's like, even when you barely had any health.
Yeah.
You just absorb things.
So Zangief against Fireball characters would just start flexing to get another V-trigger because he couldn't lose any more life. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, I got nothing to lose, baby. Let's go for another one.
Let's see, because Madgear's gone back to character select here. Just take a moment. But yeah, do you know what? Fantastic stuff so far. What a turnaround for CowandLady. It just takes a while to get into the groove of things in this matchup. But yeah, like we said, it's the 7-colored bomber versus the gargantuan Madgear. It's 10 billion grabs versus the 1 grab. But it looks like the 10 billion grabs are still working and your lottery numbers are still high. So if you want to take in the lottery numbers, you can do. But this was interesting. I want to see if Madgear's going to change costume or is he going to change V-skill? Because I think there's a glimmer of hope with V-Skill 2. That is just my perspective. I'm no specialist this Mika anymore, or Abigail in the first place. But just to change the pace of the neutral, he's gone with V-Skill 1, max power. Oh,
yo, the max power.
Hey, if he's got the back hard punch rep, I'll rate him. Because that combo's still hard to do.
That's still hard. That's still definitely one of the hardest combos in the game.
You know, they could actually lighten up that a little bit with now that V-Shift is in the game. I wouldn't mind that now.
Oh, you know, easing it up, you mean?
Yeah.
Just the leniency to make it easy to do.
Yeah, still rough, but maybe, I think it's like 1 frame timing now, is that it?
It's crazy. The fact
it's 1 frame.
The problem was getting it super consistently.
And Punko as well.
Punko as well. Do you know who else gets it consistently? Alex Leder. It's insane. Alex Leder gets
shout outs to the legend.
It's crazy. You'll never believe it, baby. You'll never believe it.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Okay, activates from the dynamite pole.
Oh, here we go, baby. He's big and red.
It's so much easier, I feel, to V-shift it.
Oh, but he's canceling to the armor run.
But I mean,
yeah. I feel like CowandLady has a really strong position right now.
That's the thing. It's like I feel like that V-trigger is hurt a lot more by V-shift than the other one.
But he still gets the damage increase.
Look at the damage, though.
He still gets the damage increase.
And another thing, I mean, CowandLady is using a lot of V-bars to get out.
Yeah, but
that was robbery.
Here's the thing, right? So he's V-shifting into EXP, so he's already spending half of VME and EX bar to even punish that. And Madgear's not moving forward anymore to give it a different punch.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Grab, here gets the gimmick.
Abigail! He's such a cool character.
You should play Abigail, bro.
I would play him if he had good anti-airs, but I don't think he has.
Don't you dare.
That's why I didn't play him. Yeah, there's no point.
No.
I don't play characters with bad anti-airs.
I'll remember you said that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Because
remember you said that. Anyway.
yeah, because he has been talking about Birdie's anti-airs.
Nice job. That was a read in anticipation of the flip and the double dash into regular throw tech just in case. And
Oh, and that is definitely one of the very few matchups where EX Peach is actually a legit anti-air at any timing.
Did she need to use EX to kill there?
No, but the range.
Ah, yeah, the range.
Most importantly, again, sometimes you don't need to do it, but the range is what you want.
Sir Jammerz. That's why they call him Sir Jammerz.
It's guaranteed to kill anyway. There's a Brimstone. Is he going to build momentum from this? No, he's going to keep it grounded.
Oh, went for the throwback.
Here we go.
I mean, I don't like being hit by that, but I love watching it when other people are jumping into their doom.
It feels so impactful.
Nice dive bomb again. Good backdash.
Oh, nice backdash.
But the thing is, CowandLady read it. I think the grab came out a little bit too late.
Yeah. Or maybe even the backdash came out a bit later, so he didn't get to catch the other backdash. Now, though, finally gets the EX command throw.
Not quite.
No.
Yeah. Overhead.
Okay, beat reversal. And still has one more chair coming your way. Good sir.
This is like around. Your opponent doesn't need to do it, but he does it anyway. What's it gonna be? Jump!
Oh God! He is broken in half. Get this man out of here. Get this guy a stretcher. He needs help.
I felt it for the Abigail player because I've been there so many times.
Did you though?
Did you look at your hands just like the way you looked when Abigail killed you?
No, I was looking to the skies. You know what I mean? The ceiling, really, because I'm inside. But
no, that was the game. That was it.
Get this man a stretcher. He is out of here.
CowandLady, man.
I mean, shout out to CowandLady though, getting those Mika rounds. So just reminding us all what this character is all about.
I mean, I don't know who forgot though.
I don't know either, but I'm expecting someone to have. Oh my God, starting so strong.
Damn, that's rough. If you can make a recovery from that round, when you had all the health in the world, back to him.
The thing is though, to be honest, that's not even Mika problem. That's more Mr. Madgear refusing to just wait out with such a life lead against that VTrigger, I feel.
Yeah,
He could easily have taken like 3, 4, 5 command throws.
Yeah, that would have taken him closer to the corner.
Yeah, but he was basically cornered.
Oh, and the crouch appears as an anti-air. Hold on, he's cooking.
Well, there you go. It's like he almost listened to Veggey. And then he got grabbed. Guess the game. What's it going to be? Regular back?
Oh, this one. Jump, please. Oh, nice.
Oh, no, you're done.
Oh, my God. That is such an impressive situation. That's like at least a 3-way mix-up.
I mean, listen, man. This is the life you chose. And this is what's rough. Because EX Brimstone, hard knockdown. You just got to eat it, man. Even if he does have V-shift, Abigail still needs his triggers to stay in the dogfight. He does need them.
In the first 2-3, though, Mr. Madgear had a really dominant performance. But as the set is going on, it's actually the guest-based character that is getting more and more mileage.
Life at the scrapyard.
What a jump. Fantastic jump there from CowandLady. Going for another reset to maintain that momentum.
Wow, the momentum is really just completely on CowandLady's side.
Here we go.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Oh, okay, let's go.
I remember when Cool Kid used to do that. Shouts to Cool Kid.
Damn.
No, he definitely
he missed the chance.
Is that what he wanted? No, he didn't want that. Sure,
No.
I think he... Or did he, like, think about V-reversal, possibly? I don't know.
I mean, if you do a V-shift break...
you wouldn't get grabbed. You wouldn't get grabbed there.
Okay, you wouldn't. But
the only way he could have been grabbed was V-reversaling.
But you wouldn't. I don't think you'd need to V-reversal there anyway. But
yeah, that's true. That's true. But that's the
that.
only scenario.
Yeah. Well, boy.
I think he's switching back to V-trigger too, I think.
So I'm like, why would I want to leave the lobby? I want to keep watching this. Why would I want to leave the lobby?
I mean, if it's asking you to leave the lobby, it's because of the decisions you made to the keyboard in the lobby, Jammerz. It's no one else's fault.
I'm glad you're
I think it's a fair question from the game. Do you want to leave the lobby or not? It's actually giving you a second chance.
I like how you're treating me like I'm a fighting game player. How dare you? Like, how dare you?
Should I stay or should I go?
It's your fault.
Jammerz, you have more points than me.
Where?
CFN.
CFN. Who has more points than you?
You.
How?
You're definitely a fighting game player.
Who? Who are you? Who are you talking about? That name says Jammerz. I haven't played on my PSN account. I have a PSN account. I haven't played on that account for a little while. Who are you talking about?
Okay, it's that new kid on the block, 4K Jammerz.
Oh,
He's mad good.
That
He's
wannabe.
mad good. Yeah.
Why do you say so?
Man, he's a poser.
He's
Thank
mad
you.
good though.
Anyway.
Jammerz, you should try to be like him.
Maybe I should. Anyway. Right, he's gone with the original costume. Let's see how this
Yo,
goes.
respect the classics.
Oh, that is actually a sick costume. Though. I think that's gonna be the big game changer because it brings so much fear into the opponent.
I mean, look, he's 8-4 down. I can see Mr. Madgear getting 2 games minimum.
Looking
If he doesn't get
now
grabbed.
though.
We'll have to
He's
see
been hit
it.
by that all the time. He's actually been hit by that all the time.
That EX punch has been working really good for Madgear. It has been like putting the food on the table.
I feel like CowandLady is constantly jumping when he sees the run.
Yeah, and he hasn't done avalanche kick either, the overhead kick. Madgear, and I think that it catches the jumps if you get the jump timing wrong. But he's just getting run over at this point. It's literally a steam train. Like that.
Oh, he tried it again.
Yeah.
He was like, it worked last round.
Boom, 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 boom.
V8,
What?
baby.
The thing is, I'm trying to figure out what he needs to drastically change. Maybe it's what Veggey said before. He just needs to accept certain situations and roll from there. And he gets a parry anti-air. He's going to keep slapping the ground.
He's mad about something.
Just
How's
gotta
that?
wait. Yeah,
I
just
don't
gotta
know.
wait.
Oh, no.
It's really funny how they're asking each other questions like, how's that?
Yeah, take this. How's that?
Yeah, so he's really slowed down right now.
Oh, he tried to
he tried to
challenge.
get
He
the
didn't. He
crouch
didn't want to
thing,
accept
yeah,
the
yeah.
jump. Do you know when you have to accept the jump, but you don't want to?
Yeah, and now the mix, and maybe CowandLady is smelling that I'm ready to block.
Got him again. He has to tell. He has to hold this. Gets the grab. Yeah, that's
that was such
guaranteed.
a
Wow,
good counter,
that was pre-armor frames.
And you,
Oh my
Oh
days.
my god.
one reset will do it. What's it gonna be? Oh, we're gonna go for Oki.
Oh my god, he landed that side.
Well, CowandLady on that win streak, running away with this one more game to win. Now the thing is, going back to what Veggey said before, just to reiterate, Mr. Madgear had an amazing start, right? He was doing air-to-air jump light kicks landing before Mika does because he's a heavier character, of course. He had a solid game plan for the first 3. As the set went on, the snowball effect, the snowball factor just became more and more apparent. I wanted to go back to plan A, but I don't think that's in his mind right now. I really wanted to go back to plan A here, Mr. Madgear. Crush counter.
Let's see, big crush counter though. Nice way to start off the round for
Oh
Madgear.
my days, and running into that throw. Another one!
He's almost stunned.
Not the dash after the command throw. Now that was a rare chain of events.
Dude, the
Just-
plus frames.
Just smashing away.
Good check.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely need Limp
don't
Bizkit's
need
break
that.
stuff on the background.
I feel like that was a good sweep. I feel like when people get out with the V shift, well, they always just want to get that extra gray damage and then put themselves in the -2. It's such an odd place to be in,
No,
which a lot of us do.
I think it's because the break, it pushes away. Some people want to escape, some people want to get back in. There's a difference between how people use the V-shift, but I get where you're coming from. Pressure being applied. And again, he has to be very careful, meticulous each and every round now, Madgear, because he's basically on his last legs at this point. Well, if Abigail's got any legs.
I mean, he's got 2 massive legs.
That's a fair point.
I mean, I'm talking about in terms of actually being viable as a character in general, but here we are.
Yeah.
Chase down.
Oh, this is such a nice composure, not teching, not falling for that shimmy,
Dude,
but gets suffered on, and
it's-
there's command throw.
It's so poetic. At this point, Madgear uses the biggest character in the game. He has to work with such a delicate detail, like working with a scalpel.
Well, let's see how it works, because he can get run over with all these grabs. It can just be a typical ending with punish on the stand phase. Classic. Tap to the
CowandLady's
corner.
been really consistent with
Oh my god.
EX Peach with punish.
Is the train going off the rails right now? Oh, once again, big hit.
I don't even know what's going on when that happens, even though I've played a lot against Abigail. I still haven't really
lights
checked
out,
what that
baby.
means. Yeah.
He needs a cross counter. I think he really needs a cross counter at this point, but again, he's in so much trouble right now. Madgear gets the confirm. Can he cancel? He's going to
let's
spend
go.
it. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
This,
spend it,
this
baby.
is a big decision. This is a very big decision because the V trigger's here. He has V shift, but he has to
And
firm
no
this.
Oki as well.
He has to firm this.
No, he decided.
Oh no, oh no.
CowandLady for once blocked it.
Oh,
This might be disastrous.
Yeah, this is it.
And he smells the fear.
Yeah, it's command grab. Won't do it. He won't do it.
He needs to use.
He's built up the break. That's it.
Oh
That's
my
it.
god, and he ate it like he was in family dinner table.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the 7-color bomber, my previous character, is still a menace and taking it here. Yes, it's part of the brand. It's the relationship brand. CowandLady takes it here. Let me see GD's in the chat, and it seems that Muscle Spirit can lift anything if you put your mind to it and you call a partner, not just your mind. Anyway, if you want to drop some bars and find out how much damage your command grab do, make sure you stay tuned on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters so we can find out more of the mind of this menace. I don't play this character anymore, so I have no ties.
You
no
know how to
relations
pick
this
characters,
character.
Jammerz. I just hope all your picks. They're always great. When you main a character, it's a great character. And when you stop maining them, it's time to move on.
Anyway, I had a great time watching this set. Those guys did. It seems like you guys did as well. But wait, I want you guys to stick around because I want to know what these guys are thinking in those games there, in that set, and let's find out more. But yes, give us 5 minutes, and we'll be back with you very shortly with CowandLady and Mr. Madgear.
Space-time distortions. There's still puking out dinosaurs all over the planet.
So, Bikitoa Island's been sealed up for 3 years, and Ibius won't own up to Leviathan's malfunction?
Can you address the reports of exofighter patrols on the island?
Reports of exofighter patrols are simply untrue. Ibius is committing all possible resources to the investigation.
Exercise results logged. Sunsetting temporal instance.
Come on back. Drinks on me.
There are hundreds of exo-fighters running around out there. Everyone's armed, and nobody knows what'll happen next. 1 minute, they could be helping you. The next minute, they're shooting you in the back.
You need to keep fighting until we can figure out how to destroy the Leviathan. It's trying to build stronger exosuits, so it's pulling any exofighter in their holding back in time to these bloody war games.
Like it or not, the exosuits keep it is alive out there.
But the more we use it, the more it helps Leviathan.
Well, that's not an option.
One way or another.
Valued team members, prepare for dimensional integration in 10 minutes.
You stay alive, man. Only you.
If you give an AI like Leviathan the directive, improve our exosuits, it has to complete. It doesn't matter whether that takes 100 tries, a million, all for the perfect suit.
More than that.
But at least do me the courtesy of looking me in the face whilst you do it.
Okay, pinky, forefinger, back to middle, full wrist articulation. Then we do it in reverse. Begin.
What the hell are you guys doing?
It's a secret robot handshake.
Good morning, Victoria.
All right, ladies and germs, welcome back to tonight's episode of Set featuring CowandLady and Mr. Madgear. We are coming to the closing points of this show, so if you are just joining us, there's no more games. You've missed a cool set. If you want to go back, make sure you subscribe to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters and subscribe to Capcom Fighters on YouTube channel. So subscribe everywhere. You can catch the archives of tonight's show. But yes, the set has concluded. No more games. I'm the bearer of bad news, but the scoreline is next to me, and with CowandLady taking it over Madgear 10-4. So let me find out. CowandLady, Madgear, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so CowandLady, congratulations on winning that. Seems like you had the time of your life. I can tell you're definitely a wrestling fan with the amount of
Yeah, he had fun, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, listen, hold on, because it seemed like you were having fun for 3 games until things just went south, Mr. Madgear.
He started jumping in on me. And
Well, no, because we were talking about this during commentary, right? We spoke about, obviously, the jumping situation prior to this set, and you were pretty consistent with the parries, getting those anti-airs on board before CowandLady to mix things up. Now, I was saying to Veggey before, I said there was a point in time in this matchup specifically where Abigail had to play this matchup, you had to nail that aspect of the matchup down, whether you liked it or whether the Mika player knew that part or not. You just had to be ready with that parry, be confident in your timing. But I think after a while, Madgear, it seems like you weren't... At the start, you were very good with your air options. You'd done the jump light kick, you'd done the parry anti-air. I think that just slowly deteriorated over time. What happened? Was it just too much of a mental stack, or you thought he wasn't going to jump as much? What was it?
I didn't think he was going to jump as much, so I was like, okay, I kind of kept him in the air. I'll keep him in check. Maybe he'll stop jumping. Oh, no. He kept coming at me, and I'm like, okay, let me just keep trying to do this. And then next thing you know, he somehow, some way, he gets the chair on deck, and then I'm just like, well, it's time to eat this mix or just die for it.
Well, listen, that's just how it goes in general, unfortunately. But CowandLady, first of all, congratulations. But I want to ask, just in general, because I haven't played this matchup in about 4 years. But what is the general, perspective? What's the philosophy in this matchup going into it now? Is it just the same as it was all those years ago? Is there any significant difference from way back when?
Honestly, not really. It's just you could like whiff punish some of his buttons with like the stand heavy punch buff now. Like I think it's his stand heavy, Abigail's stand heavy one.
Stand heavy a couple times.
Yeah, like the stand heavy is a decent whiff punish tool now to get stuff going. So it's not as like bad as it used to be. It's nice.
Okay, fair. And because I noticed as well, because we were talking about it as well, the anti-air situation when Abigail jumps at you. At first, it didn't look like you were confident in what to anti-air with. You were doing crouching medium punch, then you kind of stopped, and then I was saying you can expand and do other things because of the slow jump. And I was talking about the sweep, which you've done a few times. You did EX Peach as well. I think you attempted crouching fierce as an anti a couple of times to do a reset scenario with V-Trigger, if I'm not mistaken. So by having that slow jump, is it difficult to think about all the anti-airs you could do because crouching medium punch wouldn't work at that far range, or is it something else?
I don't think it's hard to, because I mean I always have like EX wingless on deck regardless. You know what I mean? Like you always have that if you're like worried about where he's jumping. You always have EX wingless. So it's like if I don't have meter, then it's a little bit harder, but I don't think it's too bad.
Okay, fair. No, it looked great as well. And I think the one thing we all noticed you were struggling with for a little while, it's kind of hit and miss as you, was you called it the flippy move.
Yes.
It's called Abigail's giant flip, but you were struggling with the flippy move. What were you thinking about every time that move kept coming out?
Because I practiced that a little bit of how to deal with it, because I was EX peaching it towards the end when I finally got like used to seeing it, or if I wasn't like super pressured in the corner. When I'm pressured in the corner, I get a little more like scared to do stuff. But after 4 times of seeing it, you get used to it, and then just EX peach, because you can react to it. That's not impossible to react to.
Yeah, but I think for me, looking at that, he was not necessarily... I don't know if he was intentionally doing this, Madgear, but he was making you spend your bar, so maybe you don't have access to EX Giant Swing later or EX Brimstone later, getting you to focus on that. But
there was a couple of times where I would throw stuff out like on purpose just for him to burn his bar, because I did not... Either I didn't want him to have critical art on deck, or I did not want him to like just have the EX, the EX command grab on deck either. So I was like, there'd be moments where I'd be like, I'd throw out a stand heavy kick, which you were great about punishing that constantly. I was impressed. But like throw out the stand heavy kick and just make him burn that bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's worth it to get out of the corner to spend a bar. Like if I spend a bar and do damage and get out, that's fine. Like I'm okay with that. That's worth it.
Okay, actually, speaking of having critical art, Madgear, at first it seemed like you really wanted to reserve meter. Did your philosophy on that meter usage change during the set, or did you like have a game plan when you were going into the match initially and you kind of changed it up?
Originally, I was when I would try to spend critical art, I was actually just dropping the combo. So there's the start of that. And then like
I got chipped like 3 or 4 times in the beginning. I was scared, dude.
Yeah, that wasn't me actually trying to chip you. That was me just dropping the combo at the beginning. So
wow, we thought you were like literally just trying to get a chip scenario or something to force because he was already in trigger. So listen, honesty is the best policy. You said you just drop a combo.
Accidental genius.
Happy accidents, man. We'll take
happy accidents. Those are happy accidents.
We will take it all day. But yeah, I mean, no, please continue because you're obviously talking about how your meter plan was changing. Is that right, Madgear?
Yeah, like I think the biggest I just decided like if I was going to be able to save for critical art, because obviously I was just getting pushed into the corner because I was just like either not checking the dashes or just like getting jumped in on. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to start spinning the meter a bit more, just trying to get out of the corner. And CowandLady was definitely ready for some of those situations where I try to just like get out of the corner, but next thing you know, I get pushed to the other side of the corner.
That's just how it goes, I'm afraid. But speaking of CowandLady, Veggey, you had an interesting question you wanted to ask, something that CowandLady was doing a fair bit that we weren't
the
sure
crouching
about.
medium kick. We were just wondering if you had like auto spacing traps that let you buffer crouch medium kick while you're doing offense, or if you were actually confirming the crouch medium kick. It was plus on block.
So it's a buffer. It is a buffer because, like, if you do that block string, crouching medium kick doesn't really reach him unless he throws out a button. And with it being like the crouch light kick is +1, and then it goes into crouching medium kick, so it should be where it beats Abigail because it's a medium versus a light. And then I just buffer it. Yeah, it's usually safe for the most part. It's like -3 or 4, so it's like it depends like how close he is, but so it's safe. It's safe for Abigail.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's actually interesting. Yeah, no, trust me, that is interesting because I was watching you do it a fair bit, but we just weren't sure if you were like setting it up to be plus or give you frame advantage or something.
It's not frame advantage; it's just safe, and I'll take safe. Safe is fine. But like with like Peach having more active frames or more plus frames on block now, it's not that it's always plus, but there's more frames where it can be plus. It's a better option to use as like a block string tool now.
Okay. Listen, a better block string against Abigail to push into the corner is a win in my book, which is fantastic to see from you. Right. Madgear, you started out with V-Trigger 2 and then you went to the character select screen and picked V-Trigger 1. I thought you were going to go V-Seal 2, but you didn't. Why did you go V-Trigger 1?
That's what that's what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah,
that's why I did not go V-Skill 2, because I was like, I know if I'm going to go V-Skill 2, CowandLady's going to be ready for it, and I'm going to be cooked for it. So I was like, I've tried running V-Skill 2 against him before in the past. It just doesn't work. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And most of the time, it was just me going back to character selects to kind of like slow down the tempo a little bit and just kind of think about it. Which I thought it was going to turn around in my favor that first time I went back when I had that 90% life lead, and then I got.
I mean, yeah, we were just upset, even more upset than you were probably when we saw that. Just
I was like, what happened to me? I was like, I gotta hold that. I'll hold that.
Those V shifts were nice though, right?
Well, I mean, it seems like you were having a very good time because Veggey did say, he said, look, now that you've gone from V-Trigger 2 to V-Trigger 1, it's easier for CowandLady to V-shift your stuff. But I said, yeah, but the movie's V-shifting isn't moving you forward, first of all.
Yep.
And it's keeping you in place, so it's a different kind of effect if you got the V-shift wrong. So
yeah,
it was just there were different ways of looking at it, but we thought there was something else that would have been another reason why you would have put the V-Trigger 1 there, because it's not a V-meter thing, because they're both 3 bars now. So could be wrong about that, but I mean, was there any other reason why you picked V-Trigger 1, or?
Not just because maybe basically throw a different pitch at him, see how he reacted to it, and he was.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, you should have picked V-Skill 2 then.
Yeah, I'm not a big tire person. That's my thing. I'm not a tire guy.
No. That's completely fine. But again, me looking at this from an objective standpoint, I think the tire would have slowed him down in numerous ways. But from what you've said before, it's like it doesn't work against him. I don't know if that works at the start of the match or at some point, but because I know he can do dash up kicks Peach, that's like a total of what? 23 frames or something like that? Because Mika's got an 18 frame dash. No, Mika's got an 18 frame dash and EXP just 5 frames. That's a total of 23 frames. So depending on where you summon the tire, he probably might get there in time or he might miss. So that's probably why you're worried about using it. But then you seem to get a lot of success off of doing EX Dynamite punch right in his face. Like, you got a lot of success of just doing that. So
he did.
Can I? Can you kind of delve into?
That's that's not really like, I would say character knowledge, but that's more of a player knowledge because I know. I'm like, I know he's jumping it. I know he's gonna try to jump it, so I'm a dynamite punch.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, it's that moves are force mixed up anyway. So the fact that he was struggling to react to EX Giant Flip a lot of the time, I mean, I thought that was a good choice. I thought that was a very good choice until he got comfortable with just dealing with the. Because I think it ends automatically now, right? And if you let it run too long, it ends automatically.
Yeah, it ends in dynamite punch every time.
Yeah, so I like that little. You spiced up the mix up there. And I've just seen a replay on screen. There was another thing I wanted to ask. CowandLady, you seem super confident grabbing the V-Trigger 2 tackle with forward medium punch. Is that guaranteed or?
As long as I'm in range, yeah.
Ah, okay. Because I think
it counts as a throw.
Yeah, does it count as a throw?
Yeah,
or it's a hit grab.
It's like a hit throw. It's a hit throw, yeah.
Okay, because
I know, like
Veggey
V-Trigger 1, he can do that too and just scoop me out of it.
Okay, because Veggey was wondering because we didn't know if you had to absorb a hit first or you're beating some armored properties or something, or no, it just counts as a grab. So no, good that you.
It just cancels.
Oh, okay.
Because like once he's charging, like the only thing he has is armor. So as long as he doesn't let go in time, like you could just grab him and throw him.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that you had like a number of answers: the V shift, forward medium punch, jump back hard kick. I think we saw as well. You got the timely grab as well because that was something that people figured out in like early days of V-Trigger 2. So it seems that you were super comfortable in this matchup there.
I would go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would honestly, that was 10 minutes in training mode right before this started.
Well,
that's all it was.
Is that 10 minutes of learning something new or 10 minutes of refreshing?
Yeah, because I have never tried to do it before. So like I would always just either block or jump. Yeah, I would block or wingless over because I would be scared.
I know what CowandLady did. He picked today to embarrass you. That's what you did.
No.
Like today, this day,
today of all days,
on February 7th, I got you.
Wow.
No, I just, you got to go into training mode before a match, right?
10 valuable minutes.
It's the first time I've ever heard you going in the training mode.
I know, because usually I just turn on the game and go into rank. There's like no unless it's like figuring out a mix-up combo. Like it's like, all right, let's go into rank.
So no, I'm with Madgear on this. Today you thought on February 7th I will go in training mode for a change. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay, speaking of training mode, I wanted to ask Madgear, have you labbed out Mika's V-Trigger 2 at all? Or is it just basically you having
The only time I ever labbed out V-Trigger, Mika's V-Trigger 2 is whenever I fight CowandLady, like in ranked. That is the only time. That is my labbing, is when I fight him in ranked.
All right.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, like that's the same thing versing him. Like it's ranked. Or like when we meet at like majors or something at like CEO or whatever. That's it.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Okay, no, fair. Right. Listen, we're at a point in time where you have a decent amount of knowledge on the game in general. So the only time you are going to lab something is, hold on, how does this work again? Or let me double check this. Yep. It's not like a dedicated hour to figuring out the basics into transitioning more into the intricate side of things with these things as well. But no, that was good. Let me ask you this then, Maggie, because I know you've been dedicated to Abigail basically, but if you could find a character to complement Abigail, is there one you ever had in mind? Because some of these matchups look diabolical for you, and I feel if you're not going to change V-skill, you would have had to switch character at some point. I feel you've considered it, but you stuck to the loyalty.
I do have like a pocket Ed. I mean, that's one character I've been like labbing, and I do use him in like tournaments from time to time, as I'll use Ed.
Okay.
I feel like Ed would do really well with Mika though.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
I've thought about switching to Ed during this set, but I was like, you know what? Let me die on this Abigail hill real quick. If I'm gonna lose, or great.
It's a big hill to die on.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, look, again, it's at the end of the day, you're the one in the driving seat. We're backseat gamers. We don't make the choices. You do. But speaking of choices, there was one choice. If I have to be nitpicky about something, there's one choice I didn't quite agree with because I knew what the end game would have been. and Mr. Madgear was right at the end. You got a low forward into Abigail punch, so you cancelled into super. And then you had to deal with Mika afterwards. What were you thinking What were you thinking when you cancelled into that super? Did you think that was the right choice, or did you do the combo and thought I shouldn't have done that?
Oh, that was a moment when I threw that out. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Because on one end, if Abigail retained the Oki he used to get after that CA, that would have been perfect. You would have done that, guess between the command grab or the crouch light kick, crouch jab combo or something, you would have to guess. But because he doesn't get that mid-screen Oki anymore, I was like, the damage is good, and he's basically one throw away from losing the game, but I was like, but the way CowandLady's playing, doesn't sit still, got V-Trigger 2, you didn't really block a lot of those mix-ups, it just stacked up, so I'm like, this can all fall apart. And this happened after that round where you had a 90% life lead and you lost that, so I was just like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, when he got me in the corner too after I popped the super and he put me in the corner, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna lose this round.
Because, like, again, like CowandLady, you've been playing Mika for so many years now, pretty much the whole lifespan of the game, I assume.
Yep.
It's just one of those things where you know when you get into a character, it's like, there is nothing you can do about it. And I don't think, Madgear, you V-shifted that much on Wake Up. You did V-shift. I don't think you V-shifted that much on Wake Up, which can throw Mika off because it turns 50-50s into 33% chance either way. But I don't think you committed to that because it was too busy saving the
I was trying to V-shift the chair, and sometimes it didn't.
Yeah, well, because there's setups to bait V-shift, and I tried one of them, and he didn't take it, and I was sad.
But I think Veggey brought up a very good point. I think it was probably the first or second time you got hit by the chair, because I think you tried to parry it and then you stopped. So I think he just said, like, you sometimes you just have to sit there and accept it. It didn't look like... Is that what you said, Veggey? Can't remember.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to... It's, you know, some people, they want to just get out because they have the lead and they don't want to deal with it. But sometimes I think it's just better to just sit there and accept that he still has to make like 3, 4, 5 correct guesses. But if I actually mess up this reversal or this escape, I will lose the round for it. And I see that happen a lot. Like people doing EXDP with 70% life lead, losing the round. I saw that at UFA, like in top 6. So that's not that's some really real stuff. So yeah, definitely about that. Just, I mean, the only thing Abigail has going right now is health, though. Maybe damage. I don't know, health.
Nah, damage is still good.
I used to say big boy damage.
I used to say like damage, but Luke can do just as much damage now as Abigail can.
Yes.
Do you know what? I was wondering one thing.
I might have to run the numbers in training mode myself just before I can agree with you now. 100%.
I want to ask, because I feel like you didn't, even when you played V-Trigger 2, Mr. Madgear, you didn't get much out of it. It's like we rarely got anything going with it. So do you think that using more active V-reversal and V-shift might have been more helpful, or is there something that I'm missing with the V-Trigger that changes the map? Because I feel like the V-Triggers weren't working. Neither of them. V-Trigger 2 and V-Trigger 1. It's like, I think we can count on one hand how many conversions went into V-Trigger 2. Was that just today, or is it...
Usually that's normally just today, because like I know there'll be a couple of times where I try to like V-reversal, but like CowandLady was on his game today where like I would V-reversal, next thing you know I'm getting grabbed, so it's like yeah, we saw that.
For sure.
And then there'd be like moments where like, all right, I'm gonna hang on to the V-trigger and then try to use it, and it didn't end up working. Because usually CowandLady jumps when I do those level 2 V-trigger 2s, but you never jumped. I'm like,
nope, not today.
No. I'm like, you never jumped today.
So he was just ahead in the knowledge of your personal matchup today.
Yeah, this was definitely like a player versus player matchup, not character
he did jump
matchup.
once, I remember. One time.
Yeah, I got hit one time.
Yeah, the one time, and that was the one round I got.
I mean, you started off really good though, but I think that super strap might have been really good. I like that because you had a reversal, you had a kill.
Because if he holds on, if he holds on to that meter, like if I have low health, I really can't use V trigger. I'm kind of stuck, like where I'll have to beat him slowly or like get a jump in or something. I can't just activate V trigger, because if I do, I'm gonna die by chip. Like.
Yeah, that happened.
We saw that happen. I can understand that, but I think it's, if you look at both characters in terms of how quickly they can, like, you know, obtain a life lead and then maintain that, it looked, at least today, it looked easier for Mika to do that over Mr. Madgear's Abigail and his playstyle, of course, because again, the rounds he did get the lead and managed to like be patient and hold it, they look pretty solid until you activate trigger, or you had him in a certain situation where you could jump out the corner, activate trigger, or force some sort of mix up for him to deal with. Other times it's just like, oh, you just steamrolled him, put him in the corner, and he still suffered the same fate. Like, that was it. It was no win-win for him a lot of the time. And when he did want to stay on the ground and play footsies, you were 50-50 at first, adjusted to certain things, and after a while you really got into your stride, which was great to see. CowandLady then really just ran over him, and then a lot of the time we were seeing stars, or just getting more of your command grab shown on screen than his. I think sometimes, Madgear, you might have been a little bit too obvious with your command grabs.
A bit.
But that just happens with anyone that plays a command grab character or has a command grab in their toolset, because there'll be times where it's super obvious that you want to use it. It's not a good idea. But no, overall, it's super enjoyable. CowandLady, let me ask this before we move on. V-Skill 1 in this matchup, how pivotal is it? Because I know you get damage increase, and I know you get to combo in the grabs. But I mean, against Abigail, largest health pool in the game, how big is it against him?
It's actually kind of hard to use it unless it's from a combo off of Forward Fierce, because he usually sweeps me, because he's got that bicycle sweep. I don't know what it's called, but the 2-hit.
Yeah, the rolling.
That one, he usually stuffs my microphone free, where I can't even just do it at all.
Yeah, you barely.
I think I snuck. Yeah, I snuck 2 out there. I think all game in neutral, and other than that, it was just off of a combo where I had a little bit left to build a V meter or something. That was it.
Oh, okay. No, interesting.
Madgear, were you trying to OS time crouching light kicks on empty jumps, or did you commit to it?
Oh, I basically just basically committed to it.
Okay.
Well, that must have been a super late reaction then.
Yeah.
Before we actually move on, Jammerz, I wanted to ask CowandLady specifically a different type of a question.
Okay.
I noticed that you posted some TikTok clips on Twitter.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you, have you been posting a lot of content on TikTok? And first of all, do you think it's a comparable platform to YouTube and Twitch, for example, for fighting games? Do you think you can get impressions from TikTok and actually convert that into viewership or impressions on other platforms?
I think it's definitely possible. Most of my stuff is still low key on TikTok. I haven't blown up or anything on that, but it definitely helps at least get people to watch the game itself and maybe fighting game stuff. Because there's other people that post stuff on TikTok that I'm mostly in the fighting game algorithm of TikTok. So I see a lot of stuff. So it's there. It's definitely there.
Interesting.
Yeah, Integra, he's got a TikTok, and there's Maximilian, and so they're out there.
But do you see TikTok being a decent platform for the fighting game community? Do you think more people should be encouraged to be on there? Do you think it's just Twitch and YouTube that people should just be working?
Oh yeah, no, you could. I think TikTok is great for short clips, nice solid minute and a half clips, even 30 seconds of almost like Twitch clips, you know what I mean? But it's much easier to find them, I guess, once you got your algorithm all set up, where you could just see them and then you could follow, oh, I like that clip, and then you follow them and stuff like that.
Okay, maybe I need to do a bit more digging. I don't have TikTok on my phone. I don't use that dastardly program or whatever it's called with these kids using these days. I don't use it. Anyway, but no, listen, that thing is dangerous. You're scrolling for 30 minutes. Over
that's true.
You can get lost on TikTok.
Next thing you know, it's an hour past.
I just wonder sometimes. It's because CowandLady made a very good point of saying to watch the game, but for me, it's okay, you see the game, but I don't know if this will. I don't know if the point will come across in the same, but what are you looking at when you see the game? Are you doing a combo? Are you showing off a costume?
I'm
trying to think of a TikTok mindset, not Street Fighter.
No, understandable. So sometimes there's memes. You could do a solid Street Fighter meme. That's nice and easy. It's a combo route you could do. You could do some
Street Fighter memes. I love my memes.
Yeah, exactly. Street Fighter memes are great. And then you could do your little combo clips, your comeback clips. The little tournament. Whatever. Do whatever you want.
Maybe I'm just overcomplicating things in my head.
You literally some of them could be a 15-second. I have one where it's a meme of I don't know, frame data kind of thing, and it's just 15 seconds, whatever. That's it.
Okay, fair. No, I like that. I'm still not going to download TikTok, but
yeah, me neither. But I enjoy it.
Totally fair.
But,
totally. Look, I don't have any
Twitter in the future as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Twitter. Like Twitter that's the one I use the most because it's nice to just. I don't know. I like Twitter the best.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you like Twitter before Elon Musk bought it or after he bought it? There's a difference.
I did like it before. I don't know. I have. Well, I don't know if I should say it. So never
anyway,
mind.
we'll move on from that. But right, one more question on SF5 before we move on to SF6, unless Veggey wants to ask something.
I just want to ask
There you
Mr.
go.
Madgear, because, Abigail used to have the quick anti-airs were really easy access. Do you think if he got something similar to Poison, Birdie, Crouch, Medium Punch, that he would be a good character?
Oh, he would be probably a top mid character if he had like a good anti-air.
Top mid? Damn, I heard those two words in the same sentence. Top mid?
Like high mid character.
No, not high mid. The top of mid tier.
Yes, I would think 100% he'd be
He's the
top
gatekeeper.
mid-tier. If he had like a Birdie crouching medium or like Cody's anti-air, if he had an anti-air like that, he would be like super strong in my opinion. He would still have his holes, but like one of his biggest holes would be covered up. That would be the anti-air. Okay. So I think he would be like a pretty solid character.
Well, that's not going to get sellotaped over
Jammerz,
anytime soon. So.
Which season did you lose the Jab anti-airs?
Wasn't that season 4? Season 3?
That was like the end of season 4, like season 5, the start of
Was it?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Was it the update, the surprise update for Rebel Kumite London? Was it that one, or was it before that?
I think it was before that.
It was before that. It was like it was the start of season. It was the start of Champion Edition.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do because, like, again, we've got a couple of months to S6 anyway. I think what you should do is, if Itazan's DMs are open, I think you should give him a nice long letter about why he ruined everything by winning Topanga Championships. It's like, because I know if you watch Topanga Championships when Itabashi won, that's probably the reason why you can't play on the ground anymore.
Great.
I think it was when back in like Evo Japan 2018 when Storm Kubo was fighting Tokido. And he died to a like 90% V-triggered one comp.
Do you know what? If there's one compilation I want to see before this game is like the chapters closed, it's Abigail. Cool Kid doing 3 supers on Tokido. Storm Kubo fighting Tokido. Problem dominating everyone. Problem versus Punk, and Punk being an absolute despair in NCR. I think it's Abigail that's ruined a lot of people's lives in Street Fighter 5. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I think, like, yeah, we all know Luke is a strong character, but he wasn't nowhere as like superly over impressive as like Season 3 Abigail was. Like,
okay.
I mean, both of our characters were like broken when they came out. Like Mika was busted too. Like.
No, Mika was fun. No one knew what the game was back then. No, come on now. Let's use the correct phrasing here. Mika was fun.
You gotta admit it. You have to admit it and move on. I'm telling you, admit it.
What was there to admit? I was having a good time.
So she stopped getting fun? Is that just what happened?
She's still a lot of fun.
As a matter of fact, I did get bored. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What a coincidence.
I'm just saying. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Right, I got one more question to SF5 before we move on. Right, so, CowandLady, the game's been out for such a long time, 7 years, nearly 7 years. It might be past 7 years at this point. No, we're getting to the 7-year mark. If there was another year, hypothetically, if there was another year of Street Fighter 5 and you wanted to learn another character, is there any character you really wanted to go, damn, if I had more time, I really wanted to pick up that character? Or are you just happy with how you are with Mika?
I have played a little bit of Jury, like a week-ish of Jury. She was fun, but like I've only played command grab characters. Like in Street Fighter 4, I played Abel, and like when I went to Street Fighter 5, I was like, okay, Mika's. Everybody was like, play Laura. I was like, I don't like Laura though. Mika's kind of similar to Abel because at the time she had a plus crouching fierce.
Yes.
And because the way you spaced it, and I was like, oh, I'll just pretend this is step kick. It's the same thing, and that's how I picked her.
Damn.
So like I like my fast command grab characters, but I played Jury for a little bit, and I would stick with her for a little bit.
Okay, Madgear, what about you? I know it's hard to tempt you off of Abigail, and you did mention Ed, but is there anyone else of the other character, the rest of the cast that you?
If I had time, I would love to like play Alex. Wow. Alex seems like Alex would be like the better Abigail right now. So I would definitely play him in a heartbeat if there was more time in Street Fighter 5.
Okay, so let me ask this. Indulge me for a second. Why didn't you pick Alex back in March last year then? If you saw the final change notes and like, Abigail's notes weren't that impressive, and you saw Alex's change around. Why didn't you pick Alex up back then? Was it just?
I'm stubborn. I'm just stubborn. I'm stubborn, and I love this character too much.
Okay, no, fair. That's fine. Oh, you want to say something?
I was gonna say it for me. I don't know for Madgear, but for me, it's really hard to learn a new character once you're used to like the little things of the like. I literally don't know how to play any other character. It took me like a week.
Is it
to
though?
get? What?
Is it though hard to change character after you know the little things with your main?
Yes, it's very. It's like it's frustrating because when you play somebody else, you're like, I could beat you easily if I picked my character. Like it's so hard to get around that mentality.
Okay. I know,
like,
right? No, but that's what they'll be like. You're lucky I'm not playing Abigail right now.
Hold on, because do you know what? He opened his mouth. I was waiting for him to open his mouth about this. Veggey, tell it again. Say it with the people in the back.
But that's a pride issue, though.
Oh yeah, I totally get it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Now,
like I get it, but it's that little mental thing is like,
No, do you know what? No,
as long as can I just ask? As long as you know what you know, it doesn't matter what he thinks. If you know that you would beat him with your main, you shouldn't care that you're losing with your other character. As long as because then you're really confident in your abilities and you can learn the new character.
Makes sense.
And I know, and you know what? I was saying this before because the reason I kind of challenging what you're saying is it's very hard to learn a new character. Going against like your main character and all the intricacies you know there is because look, well I done it from Mika to Falk, Mika to Poison to Seth.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I think the game allows you to kind of do that, especially with the knowledge you have now on the game, CowandLady. I understand it will take a little while to especially play at the competitive, the super high level, but making that transition to a new character. First of all, it depends on the character because you sound like everyone's Manat at this point. It's like, no, I just can't learn that. But I think you could. Depending on the character you learn, I think you could. I mean, look, give you a week and a half, 2 weeks of the Ed, maybe less. You could probably a competent Ed. You could probably play Falk. You could probably play Poison. You would
definitely be able to play Poison.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mikas that went to.
Sorry, Jammerz, that was just a joke.
That's fine. But go on, CowandLady. You say?
No, there's a lot of Mika players that went to Poison. Like a lot of Mika players picked up Poison.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that. I've seen that pattern.
Because no, it's not even a pattern. Let me tell you this. Ask yourselves, will we ever command grab characters in the first place? No one ever considered that? We might have not been a command grab user in the first place. Mika might be our first grappler, and it's like, oh, look, there's a character I like. I'm too tired running in at you. Let me just stay over there. Hey, man, I get tired running in. So I just said, now the people got come to me and said, oh, this is what it's like. Just sitting back and watching the breeze in the ocean. Like, come on, it's fun. But anyway, yes, all right, cool. Guys, have we got any more SF5 questions before I move on to SF6 ones, or do you want to move on to SF6?
We're ready to move
All
on.
good? All right, so, CowandLady and Mr. Madgear, am I safe to assume that you both played one of the two betas that have come out for Street Fighter 6 the past couple of months?
Yes, I played the first beta.
Okay, CowandLady, you said yes, is that right?
Yeah, I played the first one and the second one.
All right, so Madgear, we'll ask you first. From the first beta you played, what were your general impressions and what character did you use during that time?
Well, my first impressions of the game is I thought it was very smooth. It definitely felt way different than what I was used to Street Fighter 5, but it felt good, It felt like, we're not... The movement felt nice, the parry mechanic, the drive rush mechanic. I definitely enjoyed all that. I played Ryu because I knew I wasn't going to play Ryu when the game launched, but I was just playing him just to figure out how the game works, get the feel for the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But overall, I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
June can't get here fast enough, right?
I like that. Did you have any hopes or concerns regarding the drive system, or are you just like, give me Street Fighter 6 now?
I think the only thing I would say right now is like drive impact. I think it should cost 2 bars instead of 1 bar. It feels like it's super, super strong for just only costing like 1 bar of drive.
Okay, I think that's.
I feel like
that's something I've heard a fair amount. So I mean, adding your opinion or you just kind of cementing that opinion, it makes it more valid.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay, CowandLady, what about you? Your time with the betas. Who did you pick, and what are your general thoughts on the game?
well, I picked Jamie because he was the only one that had a grab, so I went with him. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, like, one of my favorite things in the game was drive impacting somebody else's drive impact. Like that, once you like got used to what it looked like and just drive impacted it back, it's like one of the best feelings. Like, it feels so good.
Okay,
Looks
so
sick too.
well, let me ask you this then. For you to get that what's the thing they call it? Serotonin? The effect that makes you feel like
Dopamine.
Right. Dopamine. That was it. I was thinking of the wrong thing.
And serotonin.
Anyway, we'll move on. Do you is it more of an impact or a certain kind of situation that gets you going? Because like for me, you said, oh, I like grabs, but now you're like, no, but I like the feeling of countering someone's initial move. What is it for you in fighting games that make you
I guess I don't know. I guess I kind of like everything. So like when you whiff punish somebody and get pressure, like that's dope. If you throw somebody 12 times, like that's awesome. If you I don't know, like it's just it's all I don't know. It's whatever.
I don't know. Listen, saying like everything's a bit vague. Does that mean is it safe to assume you like Dawson as well?
Don't. They're baiting you. Don't do it. Don't say yes.
Anyway,
don't say yes.
I like it. He said no comment. And I remember what I said to these guys at the start. I like they listen. They listen. Fantastic. All right, gentlemen. I actually didn't have time to research this, but during the last season before the finals for the CPT that's coming up this week, by the way, did either of you enter your respective region for the World Warrior program?
I did enter World Warrior.
Yeah, I think I entered a couple of them. Yeah.
Okay, so gentlemen, my question to you is: obviously, it happened with Street Fighter V. Do you think the World Warrior program? What did you think of the World Warrior program first of all? I'll start with CowandLady, and then do you think it should return for Street Fighter 6 if we get a competitive season, or do you think the program should be abolished?
Oh no, I loved that thing. It was a lot of fun just to see like. I don't know, like the score count of where you stood against everybody else, and you see all the names and stuff, and you're like, "Wow, I am up there. That's crazy." Like, for me, I liked it. It was, I don't know, just to like see where you're at with everybody else in your region. Because I mean, ranked is ranked, but if you have a real thing, where you could win something, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Madgear, do you share the same sentiment as CowandLady, or do you have something else to add? Or
I definitely agree with CowandLady. I think it should definitely come back. Like because not a lot of people can travel to different majors. Finances are tough. We're kind of in a tough time. But being able to see like some talent where they may normally not be like known. Being like, who's this guy, this random guy coming up in the bracket? Let me go look him up. And you see, oh, this guy's actually mad nice. Just seeing those kind of moments,
Yep.
Like, I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong. I know Ender Walker was kind of like that for a while, wasn't he?
No, yeah, listen. He started playing Ed. He'd just play online, and then he got super good, and he entered tournaments. He'd placed like top 4 or something, but we weren't sure if it was him or Ed. Because obviously Ed got buffed, so we didn't know which one it was. Was it you? Was it Ed? Then he became more consistent. He started beating all the powerhouses. He's like, no, this kid's nice. And I've seen it because a lot of the Japanese players have been talking about him. And I think it was Daigo or Sako. Someone said, what's his gimmick? And he said, no, the kid's just good. He goes, oh, okay. It's like, because usually when someone comes out of nowhere, they have a gimmick or something that you can try and figure out. And then they were talking amongst themselves and they said, no, the kid's just good. They said, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. Because, listen, sometimes people are just that nice. But no, the reason I ask you guys is because, again, like Veggey, you were right in the nip of things regarding the World Warrior event, and we've had a lot of different opinions regarding it. Some people think it should come back, but the system should slightly be tweaked. Some people want it, completely removed. So it's always good to get all the different opinions and to see it, because every little thing that you guys say, it does count to something, and it makes us consider how this system should work in the future if it decides to come back, because again, some people are for it, some people are against it. So it's good to know about that. Now, another question I've got to ask you guys is, because obviously the Capcom Cup groups have been determined. CowandLady, what groups do you think are the most dangerous for the CPT finals? If you remember all the groups, right? Group A to H?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me look them up. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, that's fine. I don't know if you remember it as well, Madgear. You want to quickly look them up as well?
Oh, I got it pulled up. So.
All right, cool. Let me ask you then, Madgear. What groups do you think, or what groups are you excited to watch in regards to the finals?
I think I'm definitely more excited to watch, like, I'm interested about Group B. That seems like that's going to be, like, a powerhouse of a group there. And then I think the other group I'm most interested in watching is, let's see, Group B definitely. And yeah, I would just say the Group F as well. Group B and Group F are like the two are the most excited to see.
Yeah, Group F looks like a lot of fun.
Okay, right. Now, let me ask you this. I like asking this because we get different names every time. So, CowandLady, 2 names out of Group F. Who do you think would make out there, in your opinion?
I mean, I would want to...
Keep it 100. Be the real with me. What, 2 names that CowandLady wants out of
Do you want me to tell you who I want to get out?
Yes. Who do you want to get out of Group F?
I would want Mr. Crimson and probably Angry Bird.
Okay.
Out of those, that's who I would want to get out.
Now, who do you think's getting out of that group?
I'll stick with it, Mr. Crimson and Chris CCH.
Wow. Okay.
I'll stick with it.
Okay, fair. I like that. Madgear, what about you? 2 names you want to get out of the group, and then who do you think's getting out of Group F?
Okay. The 2 I want to say I want to get out is Mr. Crimson and Angry Bird. I think pretty confident those 2 making it out. The people I want to make it out though is DCQ and Chris CCH.
I'm a person. Like, I'll be real with you because again, I'm kind of with you guys, Angry Bird and Mr. Crimson, but I do put DCQ in that bracket. So I think DCQ is probably selling himself short. I think he can get out of that group.
That's the strategy. It's the whole downplay thing. I don't know.
That's kind of my strategy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It works. It works. It does work. And this is the thing. DCQ will sell yourself short, but Capcom Fighters will always like kind of keep him modest or keep him like in line because you can't whiff punish Sandblast with a tackle into CA and say, "Nah, I'm not gonna make it out of this group." Don't you dare try and do that.
Right? I saw that. I was like,
you can't do that. But no, there are a lot of people. There's quite a number of people, depending on where you ask. They think Travis Styles has a very good shot. Do you both agree with that? I think he does, but do you both agree that Travis Styles can make out that group?
It's going to be a big hill to climb, but it's possible.
Possible, yeah, exactly. I think, I really think anyone can win. Anyone can get out. I think if you really, really grind, you could do it.
What's the saying? Like any given Sunday or whatever they call it?
Yeah, something like that.
Because everyone there deserves to be there. I don't think there's no name on any of these lists where I'm like, nah.
Okay, no, I like that as well. Okay, now I've got 2 more questions. We were talking about this before, but the stream chat weren't here. Now the stream chat's in the background, they can hear us. Your LCQ pick. Who do you think? Or no, let me ask you this, because I have some people rallying behind this and I have some people against it. I'm probably part of the latter, but not maliciously, of course. Do you think our Lord and Savior, the Beast, Daigo Umehara, can win the LCQ?
Sounded so wrong.
Do you think what you don't think?
He's gonna donate a house to you.
I love Daigo too.
He's gonna donate a house to you, Mr.
Forget
Beast.
you 2. I'm asking CowandLady and Madgear. CowandLady, do you think Daigo can win the LCQ this weekend?
Be honest with me. There's a lot of talent in that bracket. I'm gonna say no. I don't.
Be
I'll be contrarian and say yes.
Yes.
I mean, I listen. I'm holding it against all the people that think yes, because as they all tell me the same thing. They say, "Yo, when Daigo shows up, he shows up." I'm not disagreeing with that. So does everybody else. When they show up on job, they show up on job. I just think it's too much of an overhaul. I think Daigo can get top 8, 100%.
I think he definitely.
I don't know. If he does, I'll forever shut my mouth and never make a bet again. I just will never do it again. But the thing is,
we remember.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's everywhere. People will clip this. They will do all sorts, and I'll get all sorts of DMs saying, "Jammerz, I remember that one time you said this about Daigo," and it's like, well, look, okay, I admit it, I was wrong, but I don't think he's going to win the LCQ.
I don't think so either. I don't see it. I just don't see it with all this talent that's in that bracket. I'm just like, it's gonna be a bloodbath of a bracket.
Of course. Are you guys able to make the event, or are you going to be watching from home? You going to do Discord?
I gotta watch from home.
Okay, I will be home.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, get to watch it at the comfort of your own home, and you get to laugh at people's pain. They're gonna
Let's have a Discord party, guys.
Absolutely. Let's.
There's gonna be tears. There's gonna be all sorts. And Veggey's gonna be in the back because he's actually going there. He's in the finals. Veggey's in the back. He's gonna be laughing at people because he's like, "Damn, I'm so glad I didn't have to do this."
I'm actually super excited to watch LCQ live.
And you got a front row seat.
It's like you know when you go to Evo and you make it out of your pools the first day and then you get to watch everyone else playing pools while you're relaxed. It's that kind of feeling. It's extremely exciting when you're done playing. It's really fun to watch the other people play, but when you're still waiting to play, it's like the nerves just make it so that you don't enjoy yourself that much, right?
Well,
like watching other people play. So getting to watch the LCQ without playing it, it's gonna be super fun.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be so much fun.
I definitely know what you get up to in your spare time. You just watch people just suffer in pools. All right, interesting. That's
not gonna be like that.
He's gonna be, I'm glad I'm not in there.
That's one of his hobbies.
When they do something
But yes,
cool.
all right, gentlemen, we are running out of time, so let me ask you my final question. It's a surprise question. So for Street Fighter 6, we are getting obviously talent from the community to be real-time commentators in the games. You got Vicious, Tasty Steve, James Chen. You got the lot in there. We even have Zelina Vega, a wrestler. Shouts to WWE if you are WWE fans. But let me ask you this. If you could have two of your favorite commentators in Street Fighter 6 to commentate over your matches on ranked, casual, battle lounge, wherever it is, who would those two be? Mr. Madgear, let me ask you first.
Oh, you asked me first.
I'm gonna ask
two
you
favorite
first.
comments.
Who would you want to commentate over your matches in-game in Street Fighter 6?
Well, I feel like this is kind of a babe, so I'm going to go for it anyway. I want to say Jammerz. I'm going to put that one as my number one.
Okay.
And then for my number two, I would like to have Ultra David in there.
Oh, okay. Not many people said Ultra David. I feel he gets slept on in regards to.
He doesn't get slept on. I love listening to Ultra David's commentary.
Yeah.
I love his commentary.
And you know, I feel he gets slept on because of just how long he's been around. Because he's super consistent, he's not like he doesn't have like fluctuating periods. It's just super consistency. Like, okay, David's always been there. So that's interesting. I like that you picked Ultra David. CowandLady, what about you? Two of your favorite commentators to commentate of your game. Who would they want to be?
Yipes for sure. And then I'm gonna pull a name, Seth Killian.
Oh, nice pick.
I like that.
Cultured choice.
I think you are the only person who said Seth Killian.
So far.
I think you are the only person. I can see that working, actually. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be
I've
great.
always enjoyed Seth's commentary.
No, because it's for me, it's a genuine treat. So when we got him once a year at Evo Top 8,
it's like,
exactly.
That was a treat. And you know what's crazy?
Cherry on the
you would think because he's not as active as you think he was, or he's not publicly active, you wouldn't think he's knowing the game. But when you hear him speak about the game, it's like, oh, he's been watching. He has been watching. And it's like, okay, so I like those picks. I like those picks from the both of you. All right, that's fantastic. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to the both of you. We could talk to you guys for hours, but
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We are on a schedule here. So, Richard, if you pull up the fight card so the guys know where to follow our lovely guests. And look, CowandLady does TikTok. I'm not downloading it, but I guess you could follow them there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen at home, this is where you can follow them. There are their Twitter accounts and their Twitches. Make sure you follow these both. They are active in what they do, and they're lovable people. We've spoken to them. I found out where their names come from. Absolutely fantastic. But yes, gentlemen, this is where I give you the podium. You have the final say, as long as it's in moderation. So, CowandLady, you first. What do you got to say? You can
I love Street Fighter. So let's go with. I love Street Fighter. First of all, the game's great. But I want to say thanks to my wife. So if she didn't let me play, I wouldn't be playing. So
I respect it. I respect it.
And I am on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. My Twitch is kind of wild because you can use channel points to do stuff to the stream, and it gets a little crazy, and it's a lot of fun. And then that's it. I love my wife, and I'm glad she can deal with this stuff.
That's so sweet.
You know what? You got yourself a real keeper there. She can deal with you pressing buttons late at night and just cussing. You got to keep her there. I respect it. Shout outs to CowandLady's wife. Madgear, what about you? Any final words for the podium? Anyone want to shout? Anyone you want to thank?
Yes, I just want to shout out the Texas scene as a whole. Like, they were the ones who actually brought me into Street Fighter in the first place. then without them, like, I would not be here. Then I want to shout out to like my Houston crew. We call ourselves the Meat City Boys. It's crazy. Like, we all have like our own nicknames that named after dinosaurs. So wrap that around your head. Wow. And without them, also, I would not been approved as a player. And yeah, go follow CowandLady. He's a really fun stream. And yeah, I just love all you guys. Appreciate y'all. Wow. And hopefully we can, bring this momentum for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. It's looking bright. The future is for the Street Fighter scene indeed. All right, gentlemen. So we are just about out of time. So when you are ready, you guys can leave the Discord call so myself, Veggey, and Olvaha can close out the show. And I'll drop you guys a message very shortly. Thanking you guys once again for joining us. And I'm going to hold you to it. If you think Daigo's going to win the LCQ, I'm going to hold you to it. I'll hold you to it.
Yeah. Well, I'll be on that boat. I'll be on that boat with you about Daigo not winning LCQ. So.
Oh, you want to jump ship now? Okay.
No. I said that at the beginning.
I said
let's away, boys.
I said he wasn't winning.
Yeah, don't worry. CowandLady, I'm watching you. Don't worry. I got all the names that think Daigo's going to win LCQ. I want to come for all of you. Don't worry. That's fine. All right, yeah, gentlemen, when you're ready, you can leave the Discord call so we can close out this show.
Here, go, CowandLady, go jump in the lounge. Oh, okay, bye.
All right. Anyway, it was great talking to those two. Again, you can tell another set of friends. It's always good to get two sets of friends a set of friends on the show so we can just have a general conversation about Street Fighter.
Well, it's actually two sets because we're here as well.
That's true. That is true. But we're commentating. We're not playing a first
Tuesday.
to 10. We're not playing a first to 10 and getting upset or like happy about it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna do this and then.
I mean, we've played a first to 10 on this show before, Jammerz.
We have, but that was. Was that over a year ago? Was that over a year and a half ago?
Yeah, it's definitely over a year.
You have to arrange the run back at some point.
Yes, you have to.
Listen, you've got bigger fish to fry at the moment, and I'm not it. Trust me.
At the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. I'm not the fish you need to fry. Don't worry. I'm just somewhere on the sideline. You go focus on making it out of your bracket in the cup and then winning the cup with that surprise Luke you've been playing. That's spill the secret? That's spill it?
There's no Luke. There's a Mika, though.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to spill too many of the secrets. I don't want to spill too many.
And my Mika is beats Jammerz like 20-0, right, Jammerz?
Yeah. When I play my Laura, right? Yeah, my Laura. My Laura's terrible.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my Laura's terrible. Anyway, right. Do you know what?
Do you know what character Jammerz has that is really good?
Yeah, go on.
He's Luke. You should check it out. It's the best Luke.
Really? Oh, snap. I need to watch the replays.
All I do is press stand Fearsel, then it just happens to
Well, that seems like a good plan.
Anyway, right. It's been a fantastic show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. I mean, Olvaha, did you enjoy tonight? You seem like you have it.
I enjoyed myself greatly. It was a great show. There was a lot of fun to talk to these guys. They were true gentlemen. And just a great time all around.
Yeah. Fierce competitors indeed. Veggey, what about you? You enjoyed tonight?
I really enjoyed tonight. I wish it could go down to like a 10-8, 10-9 or something like that. I feel like Mr. Madgear could definitely have come closer. But as he said himself, there was some new stuff that he was banking on probably rinsing some of those guarantees. But those guarantees have been lapped by CowandLady. And he kept evading.
In that 10 minutes.
Yeah, in that 10 minutes. So that's probably quite a big change to have to make. But it would have been really cool if it came down closer because some of those rounds were a true joy to watch, like the comeback. As a spectator, of course.
Yeah,
it was just really fun because you can relate because you've been there in tournament, in ranked.
Watching
you
your hands.
know the feeling, the fear you have when that Mika is mixing you up in the corner and you just want to hold up forward.
Yes, that is extremely true. It was a fun time indeed. Well, it's for spectators. The luxury for the uninvolved, as I always say it is. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have just about got to round things up here. But don't forget, the CPT Finals is happening. Well, this time next week, we'll be in halfway through the transitional period. So if whether you're watching at home like myself and Olvaha, or whether you'll be there in person like this guy here who's qualified for the Cup, make sure you support. It's going to be the last Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 5. Richard, roll out the schedule again so people know what they're going to see. It is on Capcom 5, but I'm going to put it on the show here anyway so you guys know what's up. The schedule of events, it's February 12th and 13th at LCQ. So far, as far as I'm aware, it's still unclear, still blurred lines. It might be one the winner going to the finals. It might be the top 2. Who knows? Hopefully it gets determined in the next couple of days. And then, of course, from February 14th to the 16th, it will be the group stages transitioning to 3 days, and the group elimination will be happening on February 16th. Then we're going to take a quick intermission, or a 2-day intermission, for the Street Fighter League World Championships, where the winning teams from each region, UYU, Team Mouse, and Team Good 8 Squad, that was it, where they go head-to-head for the Street Fighter World Championships, who will be the king of Street Fighter League overall. And of course, day 3 will be going from top 16 all the way down to the winner. We will have someone being the final Capcom Cup champion to join the pantheon of players among the Capcom Cups for Street Fighter 5 before we transition over to Street Fighter 6. And do not forget, this is what the groups look like. Here they are. You're going to see them again. Keep it in your mind. Ingrain it in there. Refresh your memory, because these groups are dangerous. There are some very heavy hitting groups. Group B and Group F, that's what it is. There are some sleeper groups. There are some sleeper players. I think there's going to be a couple of surprise factors in each and every group. That's just me and my analytical mind. But hey, it's going to be a hell of a week regarding Street Fighter. Keep an eye on Capcom Fighters. Just keep an eye on this space in general. It's going to be a treat to watch. And I'm going to have no part of it, because I'm going to watch people get hit by V-triggers and get upset. That's going to be great. And I hope you're going to enjoy it as well. But yes, do not forget, I think that's it. Have we got to announce anything else? I believe that's it. SFL's done, so that's cool. You can check the archives on that. SFL's done all over the board. It's just Capcom Cup finals now. So whatever you do, fly out to the finals, Veggey. Safe travels, and then obviously you should be mentally prepared regardless. Olvaha, I mean, you got 3 days to make the popcorn, so we'll check something out.
That sounds like a good time for me to prepare the popcorn. I'll be ready.
Apparently we got one thing. Right, something. We got 2 things they got to show me. Ah, there we go. I totally forgot. They've been giving player spotlights, of course, to all the players qualified for the Cup. These are people that have gone through the World War events. You got Doom Snake, Cereblast, Valmaster, and Salt Mine League MDZ Jimmy. And of course, there might be another slideshow regarding this. Am I mistaken? Or are these the latest updates to the players? These are the latest updates to the players. Not sure if they should have announced more, but I think that's it there. And have we got... Ah, yes! We do have talent announcements as well. You got Logan Summer. He's going to be attending the Capcom Cup finals. He'll be there in attendance. Tasty Steve. He had a busy weekend last weekend, but he's going to be at the Capcom Cup finals as well. And of course, we're going to have Marine at the Capcom Cup finals as well. There's someone else missing. Wasn't there a Vicious one? Was that Vicious? Vicious?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Was that the first one? Okay, that was the first one. Anyway, you're going to see these lovable people at the Cup. So if you are at the Cup, you're going to see these guys in person. If you're not, these are going to be the guys calling the action for you guys at home for Street Fighter. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be enjoyable indeed. I imagine it's not just those 4, because a week long with 4 people, that is a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
And you know what? All 3 of us did this at the Intel World Open. That's a lot of work. And of course, Veggey will know, even when we did Street Fighter League with myself, F1, and Logan, that was a lot of work in a short space of time for 3 people.
For
so
sure.
Just keep an eye out for any more announcements that they have regarding the player spotlight. And of course, there might be 1 or 2. I'm going to assume there's 1 or 2 talent announcements anyway, because 3 people doing that week long, well, boy, I don't envy your shifts if that's the case. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got to love you and leave you. We are actually not going to have a show next week, because we can't do it without this lovable guy here. He's going to be competing. So we're going to be supporting in the Twitch chat, or me and Olvaha are going to be crying and supporting.
I'm going to be crying for sure.
I'll be supporting in the Discord group. Veggey, you won't be able to hear us, but we'll be supporting.
Oh, I'll hear you. Like, we have
here.
This bond, you know, it transcends oceans.
For sure.
I like that. I like that.
And communication devices as well.
Yeah.
Those don't count.
Maybe they don't. Anyway, there's going to be no show next week, but we got to love you and leave you. But yes, this is our final show before the Capcom Cup finals. It will be the last Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 5. After that, we just build up and we look forward to the excitement of Street Fighter 6. Until then, take care, wash your hands, and keep playing some Street Fighter. See you soon.
EX Hard Raid.
Yo.